The Marietta College Pioneers are hungry for a win. The Pios haven't won since October 19th, and they haven't won a home game since September 21st. Otterbein started 0-6, but they've won their last two and look to make it 3 in a row today against the Pioneers. It's Marietta and Otterbein coming up next on 1455 Sports. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, from Don Drum Stadium on the campus of Marietta College. It's 1455 Media's coverage of Marietta College football. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Noss, along with my partner, Carrie Patrick. And I'll tell you what, Carrie, a beautiful day for football. A little chilly outside, but
it's what you expect this time of year.
It's what you do expect this time of year on November the 9th. Marietta has won the toss, and they have elected to defer. So they're going to kick off to Otterbein in the start of this ball game, and Marietta comes in at 500, 4-4 on the year, and they are in desperate need of a win. Carrie.
Well, this is a type of team that I think they can match up with, because Otterbein, they lost their first 6, of course, but then they've won their last 2. But Marietta's played really well, or close to well, we'll say that, against 2 of the upper echelon teams in the conference, and come up short both times. But
right.
I think they match up better with an Otterbein this week.
Kick is taken, and right up the middle is George Redding. And Redding carries the ball over the 30 to the 34-yard line. You're watching the Marietta College Pioneers live from Don Drum Stadium. Offensively set up for Otterbein. They are led by their quarterback, freshman Logan Farmer. A lot of work in the backfield today from Jordan Boast Floyd. He is also a freshman, and they're one of 2 leading ground gainers for Otterbein this year. He'll be joined in the backfield by Matt Webb. Reed Tucker, Dom Ross, and Jack Ionorino are the receivers for the Cardinals, and they'll set up shop 1st and 10 from the 34. And right away, they give the ball to somebody. It's Matt Webb over the right side. I was going to say somebody who wasn't on the depth chart, but Matt is second on the depth chart.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody was looking for Boast Floyd, their number 3. He got his second start last week when was OAC Offensive Player of the Year. Gained about half his yardage in that one game for the season.
Yeah. OAC Offensive Player of the Week last week, as you mentioned. 2nd down and 3 after the gain of 7. Farmer fakes the handoff. Under some pressure, he'll throw it, and it is intended for Jack Ionorino, and he couldn't hang on to it, so bring up 3rd down and 3.
Looked like he had to be flushed out of the pocket, and he kind of sidearmed it a little bit. I don't think it was what he wanted to throw.
So 3rd down and 3 now for Marietta, or for Otterbein, as Marietta's defense will have their work cut out for him here on this 3rd and 3. And again, you got to watch the little guy, Jordan Boast Floyd. He's only 5'6" and 155. But he is their one of their leading rushers for Otterbein this year, and he can pose a problem. Play action to him, and the pass is caught by George Redding. Redding knocked out of bounds at the 49 near 50-yard line, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
That was Max Tice, kind of a late start or late decision as far as moving him into the starting lineup today.
Yeah. Redding run out of bounds there by Tice at the just shy of midfield. So 1st and 10. And another pass, just a slant over the middle to Redding again. 1st down yardage for the Cardinals. And Otterbein moving the ball at will right now so far.
One guy to watch for Marietta College is Drake Newberger at linebacker. He was the defensive player of the week for OAC. So we've got both ends of the spectrum here.
Yeah. And again, they're picking on Tice a little bit. Number 23. First and 10, Cardinals, just underway here. Farmer, little out pass to Jeb Jones, and it is caught Jones has run out of bounds.
Back, but couldn't quite get to him before the ball was released.
Mm-hmm.
Gain of 6 brings up second
Giovingo ran him out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 now for the Cardinal, and they yet to run the football. Farmer's doing all kinds of passing, and he's going to do it again. Just a little quick out, and the pass is caught. And with that reception is Reed Tucker. Run out of bounds there. Tay Pryor.
We're looking at 2 freshmen in the backfield, quarterback and running back, both Floyd and Farmer.
And another first down for the Otterbein Cardinals. And they just continue to work their way up the field after starting at their own 34-yard line. Now there's a run. Finally to Jordan Boast Floyd. He goes up the middle and maybe gets a yard.
He's knocked by Jesse Berzonski.
Big Jesse Berzonski on the stop there for the Pioneers.
I'm sure once your name gets out there after a week like Boyce had, he's going to be focused on.
Right, yeah, you got to figure. And we'll talk about a running back who's being focused on here when Marietta gets the ball, talking about Tanner Clark. I'll give you some interesting numbers on TC and how they correlate to Marietta's wins and losses. Farmer with a pass down the left side intended for George Redding, and he just overshot him now to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Cardinals.
Malik Greer with coverage for the Pioneers. And
Troy Pontius coming into the ball game. He is going to replace Max Tice at that corner position. 3rd and 9 now for the Cardinals. Farmer gets to play.
We'll see if wind's a factor at all. I mean, once in a while you'll see it. The flags are still, but other times you'll see them swirling a little bit.
Yeah.
So whether that affects the passing.
They are currently blowing right up Pike Street. Farmer, pass over the middle, and it is too tall for his intended receiver.
Farmer's pass falls in.
Backup safety Troy Pontius on the coverage. Never really looked back, but the referee did not throw a face guarding flag at all on that one.
Yeah. Jack Iannarino was the intended receiver. So 4-down territory here for the Cardinals as they have elected to go for it. Not a big surprise here.
4th down, Otterbein.
A little windy, as you said, to try and attempt a field goal. So they will have 4 wide receivers in the set, and Farmer is in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He'll step up, wants to go over the middle, has a man, and he overshot Dom Ross at the 5-yard line. So Marietta, after being a little loosey-goosey to start on defense, they let Otterbein go right down the field. Once Otterbein got down close, Marietta tightened it up.
Yeah, and you mentioned about, whether it was too windy to kick a field goal at this end. All their practicing was at the other end of the field pregame.
Yeah.
So they didn't have any chances to attempt one from where they were.
So Marietta will take over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Quarterback is Kyle McSweeney, the senior. In the backfield is number 9, Tanner Clark from Caldwell, Ohio, and Tanner gets the ball. And he doesn't get a whole lot, maybe a yard or 2. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now, here's some interesting numbers about Tanner Clark. In the wins that Marietta has had this year, he has rushed for an average of 142 yards per game. In the losses, he has averaged 71 yards a game. Games of 140, 38, 39, and 68 yards for Tanner Clark. So you want to know where Marietta is lacking in their losses, it's in the running game. And it's very important that they get that running game established today to give McSweeney a chance to do what he just did there, and that's throw the ball. Pass is complete to Gage Giovingo across the 30 to the 32-yard line. He's still going to be short of a 1st down. But, again, we've got to get that running game established or it's going to be a long haul because all of our losses, they've keyed on Tanner, and we have come out on the short end.
Well, Otterbein's coach, Tim Dupe, was quoted earlier this week. He says he knows the numbers for Tanner Clark are down, but he's still dangerous.
Yeah.
He knows the elusiveness that he presents. So he's still aware.
Sure. Well, and he's going to rely on that offensive line too to create some holes. And McSweeney is going to be wrapped up and dropped like a sack of potatoes. Nick Cipriano gets him at the 25-yard line, and so Marietta goes 3 and out here early, and they're going to have to punt.
Got in there quick.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talk about the young offensive line for Marietta. It's so important because, not only do you open up holes for your running back, but you also have to protect your quarterback. And if you're not doing that well on either side of the coin, then you're in for a long afternoon. And you saw that they tried to get Tanner Clark to run the ball. That didn't work. McSweeney couldn't pass the ball. And as a result, Marietta has to punt. Bailey Spragues sends one skyward, and it is fair caught there at the 35-yard line. So 3 and out for the Pioneers as they go their first possession.
You were mentioning that offensive line being so young. I'm sure Andy will tell you, though, be the first to tell you that we're 9 games into the season. And if you don't know your job by now, even if you're a freshman.
Well, they go sophomore, freshman, sophomore on the offensive line. But yeah, you're right. You're 9 games in, man. You gotta start showing me something. 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals. Pass is intended for George Redding over his head. Reed Tucker also in the neighborhood. 2nd down.
I think that makes it about 4 straight passes that have been too high.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's putting too much, he's got that adrenaline going or just can't figure out the wind.
Yeah, not sure. It's Farmer, just a freshman.
Their center's also a freshman. Center, quarterback, and running back.
2nd and 10. And they're going to give it, or rather Farmer is going to keep it. He faked the handoff there to Boast Floyd, and Farmer kept it around the right side and got out to the 39-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
I thought he maybe looked at Redding to his right on the outside, maybe just for a second as another option, but he decided to keep her on that one.
8:55 on a running clock, no score. Otterbein with their 2nd possession of the ball game. They had it to start the game, went right down the field, and then Marietta held them. Otterbein in their 2nd possession. Now Farmer wants to throw, little screen right up the middle, and it is caught. Dom Ross on the reception, but no gain on the play. He'll get out to the 40-yard line.
Carson Stauffer right on top of things, right from the get. I think he read that play. He knew where it was going. He just made the tackle instead of trying to go for the pass.
Yeah. So, nice job by Stauffer there.
Stauffer, excuse me.
Oh, hey, that's okay. I did it 2 weeks ago. I was hoping nobody would notice.
We can thank our SID of the week, right?
It's SID week here at Marietta College. It's Hug and SID this week. And, I've said it time and time again, nobody does a better job than Jeff Shalley. And it is actually, in all honesty, SID week across the country. So we want to honor Jeff today and tell him what a great job he does. Marietta Health and Wellness Center is the chiropractic specialist for the Marietta Pioneers. They provide chiropractic care as well as physical and massage therapies to the Marietta College community. With a convenient location half a block from campus and same-day appointments available, Marietta Health and Wellness has your back. They're proud to be part of the Marietta College internship program and want to wish the Pioneers good luck this season.
We'll make sure to do a group hug at halftime.
Yes,
okay?
It's Hug Your SID week. So we'll have to do that today for sure. McSweeney wants to throw a screen, and he does. Has Van Meter. Nice move at the 20. Ryan at the 30. Ryan brought down at the 33-yard line, and a 1st down for Marietta. 17 yards on the catch.
Tackled by Jacob Teal.
Niall Lewis, and he was so frustrated after missing this tackle for Otterbein.
Marietta's first down of the day. McSweeney in the shotgun. They'll give it to Tanner over the right side. Tanner Clark across the 35 to the 37-yard line. He'll get 3 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
As you notice, Tanner kind of going no sleeves today, as a lot of the players are.
Hurry up. play there for Marietta, and the pass is complete in the flat to Robert Nelson. Forward progress is stopped there by Zach Smith.
Progress is stopped by Gary Money.
And also
Zach
Gary
Smith.
Money. Marietta playing hurry up now, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 for Marietta.
3 wide receivers in the set. Pistol formation. And the screen to Van Meter, and he's going to be short of the first down. Flag on the play. First flag of the afternoon.
And they're pointing towards Marietta College on this one.
And Bobby Cashaw is standing at the 42-yard line, and he is hurting. He's holding his left wrist, is Cashaw, and now he's squatting. I don't know. He's going to come out.
It's more towards the elbow now.
Yeah. There he is right there. That left arm just kind of hanging there. I don't know if he got a stinger or what the deal is, but Cashaw is out of the game for the moment. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, numbers 50 and 68. 15 yards from the previous spot, replay, 3rd down.
So they got Isaac Butts and Garrett Allen for double team and chop block on Otterbein. So that's a 15-yard personal foul penalty, and that'll march Marietta way back to their 27-yard line. So they've got to get to the 44.
Mm-hmm.
After the penalty, it's 3rd and 17 for Marietta.
So 3rd and 17. If you're Don Nealon, you run a draw play right here. But we'll see what Allen Estep draws up on the offense.
Teams have become more aggressive on 3rd and long.
Yeah. McSweeney under some pressure. Now he tucks it and he runs. Has a little bit of running room, gets out to the 40-yard line to the 41. So respectable there. He needed 17 and he got 14. So now it'll be a punting situation for Marietta. And another Pioneer player is down at the 43-yard line. Who is that?
Officials timeout for injury.
Not sure who that is. I can't see the number right now. Oh, yeah, okay. I know who it is. It's Andrew Barker.
Oh, boy, top receiver there.
That right knee. They are working on that right knee of Andrew Barker. And he seems to be in quite a bit of discomfort. Andy Waddle talking to his troops on the sideline as the trainers tend to number 88.
Trying to look for Bobby Cashaw, whether it be in that huddle or.
Well, he was a second ago. He was in that huddle.
There, oh, he's.
So Andrew Barker is still on his back, and this does not look good. I'm trying to remember if I saw him involved in the play, and I don't recall. So anyway, we'll take a break, and we'll come right back. You're watching Marietta College football on 1455 Sports.
Anytime, any place, any weather.
Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction. What about your foundation? Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction.
We're back at Don Drum, and that's a good sign that Andrew Barker is walking off under his own power, although
Slowly.
It's not a whole lot of power.
No.
He is really, really favoring that right knee.
And we talked about Bobby Cashaw. He did a little swagger coming out of the huddle on that last play, so I think he's okay with that left arm.
And he's back in right now on special teams, and Marietta is going to punt the ball. Bailey Sprague standing at his 26-yard line. And Sprague gets off a nice punt, nice spiral, and it is fair caught by George Redding, and it's right at the 30-yard line. So Sprague having a good couple of first punts here this afternoon.
Just kind of put it up in the air and let the air do its thing.
Mentioned in the open, Marietta has not won at home since the first home game of the year, September 21st. They haven't won a ball game since October 19th. So these kids are hungry for a home win and a win in general. Next week, the number one team in the nation comes in here, the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. And so if they're going to get a home win, this is probably the day to do it against the Otterbein Cardinals. And there's the second time today we've seen a handoff to Jordan Boast Floyd. And Floyd turns the corner across the 35 to the 37-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 7 on the play.
Hey, you were speaking about winning at home. Their last home game was against John Carroll, and they gave John Carroll everything they had. That was a heck of a game to drop.
Yep. Gave them all they wanted. 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain from Floyd, Boast Floyd. Now they'll send Floyd in motion, and they'll hand the ball right up the middle with Matt Webb getting the carry. First down for Otterbein. Out to the 41-yard line. Tice on the stop, but not before Webb picked up the first down. So 1st and 10 for Otterbein. The ball will be spotted at the 41-yard line. First quarter, under 4:50 to go now. Brian Nost and Kerry Patrick on 1455 Sports. Pass over the middle is caught by Casey Cook. Cook down the left sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds by Tay Pryor. But that's a big-time play for Otterbein as they get clear down to the 25-yard line.
You saw a huge open hole on the left side of the field for him, and a bunch of Marietta College defenders chasing.
C-38 was chasing there. That is James Knox today. Knox is wearing Joel Wannenberg's jersey today. Of course, you know the story. Our seniors are taking turns wearing Joel's jersey this season, and today was James Knox's turn.
You got Bose running all kinds of directions. Just, I think it's just fine.
He ran about 40 yards to lose about 12.
He's probably hoping that 5'6" frame would get lost in all those linemen.
There you see, just a run-pass option handoff, and Boast Floyd started to the right and then went around to the left side, and Newberger finally got him at the 34-yard line. Big loss there of 9, so it'll be 2nd and 19 now for the Cardinal. Pistol formation. Farmer wants to throw over the middle. Wide open is his man Dylan Jude, and Jude is run out of bounds at the 2-yard line or the 3-yard line. And that slant was wide open.
I think we've seen that several times now. Hopefully Marietta College makes some adjustments on that play.
Tice on the tackle, and he just beat Vic Giovengo across the middle. That's all there was to it. So Otterbein knocking on the door here, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Shotgun formation for Farmer. Lone setback is Boast Floyd. Now they'll give the end around, and Marietta was all over that. George Redding was going to run the jet sweep, and I say that was Redding.
Drake came in from the right side.
Yeah.
Or his left.
Yep.
Nobody blocked him. Nobody picked him up.
Actually, that was Dylan Jude. I thought it was Redding, but it was Dylan Jude on the jet sweep there, number 8. So 2nd and 9 after the loss of 7. 2nd and goal from the 9. 3 wide receivers in the set. Farmer, hands off. No, it's a play action. Now he'll roll to the right, has a man in the corner. He's out of bounds. He caught the ball, Dom Ross did, but he was out of bounds.
Malik Greer right there on the coverage, as you'll see here coming up.
It is.
Yep, good call by the official. As Ross was out of bounds, made a nice grab. Farmer did a good job and rocketed the ball in there, but
he's not overthrowing like he did on that first series.
Yeah, he settled down a little bit. He's been pretty accurate.
In fact, Floyd Boast hasn't really hurt us with the run.
Yeah. Farmer wants to throw, and he's going to go for the end zone. And the pass is way overthrown to Dylan Jude, but there was some contact inside the 5-yard line. Jude got hung up with James Knox, and he also got hung up with Malik Greer. You see it right there, and
almost like a pick set there by his teammate.
And so the pass falls incomplete. So on to try the field goal is Nate Strong. The ball is spotted at the 15. It'll be a 25-yard attempt. Good look at Strong right there. And the ball is fumbled there. The snap is bad, and Marietta is going to escape by holding the Cardinals.
Boy,
bad snap. The holder couldn't get it down. And Marietta gets a break.
That's 2 drives deep into Marietta College territory that they couldn't convert on.
Right.
Excuse me.
Nice job by Logan Domer. And Marietta will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 12.
Now they took. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
They took Andrew Barker into the training room just to get his knee wrapped, but he gave the thumbs up to the probably his parents' family that he'll be back because he was walking up and down the sidelines testing that knee out.
McPherson with the pass. It is caught by Giavengo at the 20. Puts a move on his man and gets out to the 24-yard line. Gage Giavengo there on the reception. 1st down, Marietta. McSweeney getting all kinds of time to throw, which is what we want. And Giavengo put the move there on Neal Lewison and picked up some extra yards. So 1st and 10, Marietta. The ball is at the 25-yard line. And they hand it off to Tanner Clark. Clark over the right side. Not a whole lot there as he'll get to just shy of the 29. They'll give him 3.5 on the carry. The senior from Caldwell, Ohio. And he will quickly come out of the ball game as they bring Bobby Cashaw back in.
So the respective running backs just haven't broken it open just yet.
No. Cashaw comes back in. Domer is in for the Pioneers. And in the backfield now is Justin Bell. And the quarterback is Domer. And Domer fights ahead across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That will be a Pioneer 1st down. How about that little wrinkle?
A little option trickery, huh?
Well, not to mention the fact that they have Domer in there instead of McSweeney.
Wholesale substitution back there, and he stays in.
Domer remains your quarterback. New look backfield. They give it to Justin Bell. No, Domer keeps it. And Domer at the 50. Domer off at the races. Flag on the play. Domer at the 20, at the 10, and he will score. But hold everything. Let's wait and see what the flag is back at the 43-yard line.
Boy, he just split that gap, and it's pretty much history. But, yeah, like you said, that flag, we both saw it go down about the 43-yard line of Otterbein.
And I think this is going to go against the Pioneers. Yeah. Here's the call.
Holding. Offense, number 20. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. The result is a 1st down.
So the fans and the players and the coaches not real happy about that call. Let's see if we can see the hold. But here comes Domer right at you. Right there's the hold.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
and he really didn't need that hold either. He didn't need that block.
No. So it was a good call.
It was a well-executed play regardless.
So Logan Domer, the freshman quarterback, giving McSweeney a little breather, and he comes in right away and makes a statement, although it had to be pulled back. So that is the end of the first quarter. but I don't think it can end on a penalty. Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Is a first down, Pioneers.
So Marietta picks up the first down, although they do get the penalty and the touchdown is taken off the board. So this is an untimed down here as they cannot end the quarter on a penalty. So McSweeney back in at quarterback, and the pitch to Tanner Clark, right side. Tanner crosses the 50 to the 49-yard line. He'll get 6 on the play, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Our score after 15, Marietta nothing and Otterbein nothing. We're coming back right after this.
Sir Speedy, the one-stop shop for all your printing, signage, and marketing needs. Sir Speedy's print, sign, and marketing services have you covered, whether it's banners, business cards, building signs, trade show displays, yard signs, promotional products, and so much more. With our state-of-the-art equipment, no job is too big or too small. And with Sir Speedy's online services, you can request a quote, send files, and place orders right from your desktop. Sir Speedy's got you covered. Visit us on Emerson Avenue or sirspeedywv.com.
Back at Don Drum Stadium here on the campus of Marietta College, Brian Nost and Kerry Patrick bringing you OAC Marietta College football here from Don Drum. And the first quarter is in the books, and really not a whole lot to talk about. Otterbein did a nice job of moving the ball, but Marietta got a couple of breaks. The first one was just an out-and-out stop. Mm-hmm. The second one, Otterbein was lining up for a 25-yard field goal, and the holder muffed the snap, so Marietta got away there without giving up any points. Just a few minutes ago, freshman quarterback Logan Domer had a touchdown taken off the board due to a holding call, and so Marietta now will start 2nd and 4 at the Otterbein 49-yard line.
And Logan's back in the game at quarterback. We'll see.
Why not? They give it to Justin Bell, and Bell is wrapped up in the backfield, and he's going to be thrown for a loss.
Domer came into this game. He had made 7 appearances, rushed only twice for 12 yards, so I think he surpassed that with that one run. They'll give him credit for the rushing yards.
First down statistics, Otterbein 6 first downs in that, or first quarter statistics, 6 first downs to Marietta's 3. Otterbein has only rushed for 11 yards. Marietta 51. Passing yards is where they're getting us, 92 to 39. So total yards 103 for Otterbein, 90 for Marietta in that first quarter. McSweeney back at quarterback now for the Pioneers. He's looking long over the middle, and he's got a man, and he just led Robert Nelson just about 2 feet too much. Man, that was a nice route by Robert Nelson.
He had the defender on his backside, and the ball was thrown inside.
Yep. Just a nice post route there by Nelson, and it was just overthrown.
We talked about Domer. He rushed for 26, given credit for 26 yards in that series.
Bailey Sprague back at his 34. He will have to punt now for the 3rd time today. And Sprague gets off a good one. He's a rugby-style punter. Takes an Otterbein bounce, though. Marietta needs to get on that thing, and they do. Down there by Troy Pontius. Pontius. I look at that and I think Pontius Pilate, you know. What do I know?
Educated guess?
Yeah. As the first permanent settlement in the Northwest Territory, Marietta is rightfully proud of its place in American history. Our pioneer spirit runs deep, and we love sharing our story with visitors. Unique shops and restaurants line our quaint streets and provide a scenic backdrop for our growing arts community and nationally known events. Our outdoor adventures are top-notch, and with our many comfortable hotels, Marietta is a great place to live and visit. You can learn more at mariettaohio.org. So, Otterbein with their first possession of the second quarter, and they give it right away to Jordan Boast Floyd. Right up the middle across the 25 to the 26-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Boast Floyd given credit for a -1 yards on 3 carries in that first quarter.
Yeah.
The reigning OAC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, he only has 300 and some yards on the year,
You're right.
but he is their second leading rusher. He and Webb both. Farmer now with a big arm trying to hit his man Dylan Jude.
He was kind of tangled up with another Marietta College defender, but no call.
Yeah, I mean Vic Giavengo was there on the coverage, so it'll bring up a quick 3rd and 7 now for the Pioneers.
Let 'em hear ya, 'cause it's 3rd down.
Well, Otterbein knows this side of the field quite well, but
Yeah.
they're going the wrong way.
Right. Yeah, they spent a lot of their first quarter on this side of the field, but have no points to show for it.
Mm-mm.
So 3rd and 7, 4 wide receivers for the Cardinals. The lone setback is Bose Floyd. Farmer wants to throw, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose. It was knocked out of Farmer's hands, but Otterbein fell on it at the 23-yard line.
Quarterback's hand was going forward. Incomplete pass. 4th down.
Boy, Newberger, I think he got a hand on it before he was taken away out of the play. Or no,
Oh,
there were several guys, actually.
that's a Tom Brady tuck rule right there, buddy. I'll tell you. Wow.
How many challenges do we get in
Yeah,
OAC
no
play?
challenges
No
in
challenges.
OAC play. But the replay clearly shows that he was trying to tuck that ball, and the official called that his arm was moving forward. So there's a line drive punt. Marietta just needs to get out of the way of that and let Otterbein down it, and they do.
Tay Pryor, right there on the punter's leg, didn't hit him or anything, but he supplied heavy pressure.
Yeah. 12:51 to go here in the first half, and you can look here again. Watch this. See, oh man, what a great shot there. Appreciate that end zone shot. You saw where he was bringing the ball back down to his hip. He was not trying to throw that football, and the official thought otherwise, and the official's the boss.
He's gonna go with 2 different looks. It looks like for the first half here anyway for Coach Waddle. Going with Domer again.
Domer is back in, and Bell is in the backfield. Domer pitches over the left side, and with the football is Austin Veach. And Veach out to the 44-yard line. He'll get 6 on the play. And kind of a different look offense here when this look is in. Clark is out, as well as McSweeney, and they bring in Veach and they bring in Justin Bell. And Bell with the carry right there, and he gets to the 46.
Maybe giving Mount Union something to think about for next week. Not just concentrate on Clark and McSweeney.
Now McSweeney and Clark and Giavengo check back into the game. Ryan Van Meter is split towards the bottom of the screen. You can't see him there. And then in the slot is Nelson. McSweeney wants to throw. He's going to roll to the right, and he just throws it way out in front of Van Meter. And now it's going to be 4th down.
McSweeney knew he had him open. He just came spurting off that field, so disappointed.
And Domer is going back in. He will go back in, and he's going to go in, however, as a special teams player because they sent Bailey Sprague out to do the punting.
Bailey Sprague back in punt formation.
Or you've got the option of using somebody like Doman on a fake with the up back.
George Redding
So
deep for Otterbein.
Sprague from Belpre, Ohio, getting a workout today. This is his 4th. Kind of a wobbly punt that is going to be downed by Giavengo at the 33-yard line after taking a Otterbein bounce. And did I see a flag on the play?
Flag at the 40 here.
Flag on the play.
So Cashaw is really upset. He's not real happy at the moment, so it may be against the Pioneers. We'll see.
You can read his expressions just because of his fluorescent yellow
Yeah,
gloves.
he's easy to spot today.
That's
for
right.
sure. Here's the call. All right, so the official having trouble with his microphone.
Personal foul on Otterbein is what he pointed to. But it might have been after the punt.
Yeah. So they explained it to Andy Waddle. Andy doesn't look any happier than he was before they threw the flag. So right now the ball is sitting at the 34-yard line. So if it's a personal foul and they'll tack that on at the end of the play, then they'll march him back 15 yards, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Sprague will take that net.
Yeah.
Why not?
So it will put Otterbein clear back inside their 20-yard line to the 19, where they'll have 1st and 10 with 11:36. Coming up at halftime, I've been waiting to talk to this dude all year. We've got Brian Brewer, the head coach of the Marietta College baseball team. Brian is in the box, and he will be coming to talk with us at halftime today. I'll be interested to find out what's been going on with the Pioneer baseball program in the offseason. But if you talk to Brian, he'll tell you there really isn't an offseason for the Pioneer baseball program as they work at it year-round. And that's why they are so cotton-picking good. And we'll talk to Coach Brewer coming up here at halftime this afternoon. 11:36 to go in the second quarter. No score. Otterbein's had a couple of chances. Marietta turned them away one time, and then the other time it was a botched field goal. Marietta had a touchdown from Logan Domer taken off the board due to a holding call, and that's really the only scoring action that we've had in this first half. Neither offense really getting the opportunity to get rolling here, although Marietta's offense with Domer in the ball game seems to be a little bit more effective than when McSweeney is running things. So we'll see how that plays out here throughout the course of the afternoon. Farmer wants to throw, and he does over the middle, and the pass is caught. Nice catch right there.
He had to, I think it was tipped up, and he caught his own tip.
Yeah, Jeb Jones on the reception. Let's look at it again right here. You see Farmer just being patient, and he loses it, and then catches it, keeps 1 foot in bounds, so he'll get 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
That'll be on the OAC highlight reel.
Yeah. Farmer. Floyd across the 25, 27-yard line. He might have gotten 2 or 3, and that's it.
Just not letting him get going, I guess. You know, if he can hit that line and keep his feet going, he might be dangerous.
Right. 3rd and 2 now for the Cardinals, as Marietta's going to have to tighten it up right here. Farmer wants to keep it, and he does. He'll have the 1st down, and Farmer squirts out to the 33-yard line, so a gain of 5 on the play. He needed 2, and he got it.
We talked about the freshmen starting here on the offensive side of the ball. I read where they they play as many as 9 freshmen defensively and offensively. So they're still young on both sides.
They've got 48 lettermen returning on this Otterbein team this year from last year's squad. So, you know, definitely a very young ball club, but they do have some experience coming back. You know, and you look down the roster, you see some of the some seniors, and I'll pick one out because he's local. Orlando Berge is a senior. He's from Ritchie County, West Virginia. He played up at Ritchie County High School from Cairo. You don't see him running the football. He is a running back on the roster, but as far as playing time, he's getting time and on special teams, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So they really are trying to groom these younger players, these freshmen and sophomores, for the future. 2nd and 8. Farmer with time. Now he's going to go down. Newberger got him.
Farmer is sacked.
Drake Newberger, the sophomore, in the backfield. Nice job there by number 51, doing his thing.
He might get honored again for 2 weeks in a row the way he's playing right now. Newberger's been in just about on all those big plays. Little celebration there at the end.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. He looked like he was trying
carrying
to
a baby or
rock
something.
The baby or something, yeah. So Farmer checking the play on the old wristband. 3rd and 13 now. 4 wide receivers for the Cardinals. And 1 man in the backfield. That is Bose Floyd. Farmer under duress. Now he's on the move again. Farmer just slings it, and he's got a wide open man down the right side. Boy, I'll tell you what, Farmer was in trouble, but Dylan Jude got free down the right sideline. I'm sorry, that was George Redding. Got free down the right sideline, and Farmer slung it to him, and he got it.
Yeah, he bought himself just enough time on his own.
Just as he was about to get hit, he just threw it for all he had, and Redding was able to reel it in. 1st and 10, Otterbein. Now they get it to Bose Floyd. He'll go right up the middle, still on his feet. Nice run by Jordan Bose Floyd down to the 21-yard line, a gain of 7.
Showed a little physicality on that play.
Yeah, for somebody who's 5'6", 155, that's pretty physical. Carrying a bunch of guys with you. Watch it right here. He's just going to roll.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 now for the Cardinals. Farmer wants to throw. Almost intercepted. Tay Pryor.
Tay wanted a pick 6 on that one so bad. And
just tried to jump that route.
But here we are again, Otterbein in scoring position for the 3rd time today, and see what comes out of it.
Hopefully a big fat goose egg, but we'll find out here. Clock stopped on the incompletion, 7:32 to go in the first half. No score, but Otterbein is 1 yard away from being in the red zone. Farmer going to keep it. He'll go around the right side and have the first down and more, and Farmer inside the 10-yard line as he is run out of bounds by Brent McClure.
Just reading the hole. Just reading his blocks, excuse me.
Put a nice move there on Tay Pryor to get outside, and McClure, the sophomore linebacker, brings him down, but not before he gets a first down. So now it's 1st and goal from the 8. And Otterbein knocking on the door yet again. 4 wide receivers, 1 to the top, 4 to the near side. Farmer with Bose Floyd in the backfield, and they give it to Jordan Bose Floyd, who gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. No gain on the play.
As much success as they've had against that running back, Marietta College would love to see him run him 3 straight times and run into 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you have to think Otterbein's going to get some points on the board here, being in the red zone as often as they have. But, give credit to the Marietta defense for creating a bunch of havoc the first 2 times they've been down here getting ready to score. Farmer, straight drop. Looking for the end zone, has a man, but he overshot him. Pass was intended for George Redding, and he just kind of overthrew him a little bit. Redding had a step on Malik Greer.
Yeah, Farmer just hasn't shown that touch when he gets close to the end zone. He had several chances in the first quarter, has one again with Redding there.
So now 3rd and 8. 3rd and goal from the 8 for the Otterbein Cardinals.
3rd and goal.
They're already in field goal range, but I have a feeling
That's not a guarantee.
Yeah, that's true.
We've seen that go.
And that wind blowing left to right up Pike Street there towards the interstate, and timeout taken on the field. We'll take one as well. 6:01 to go. We're coming back. No score.
Have you heard what happened to those with curious minds? They packed up, broke free of conventions. These prospectors of knowledge are blazing a new trail, joining the long line of those who sought adventure and prepared for anything. This is the time. This is the place. Bring forth a pioneer.
So Otterbein wanted to talk about it, and they took a timeout, trying to make the third time inside the red zone a charm for their offense to try and put points on the board. It's 3rd and goal from the 8.
Seems like Otterbein's had the ball forever in the first half, and yet here's Marietta College. They're on the same page with them at 0-0.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that time of possession in the first quarter. Otterbein had it for 9 minutes and 9 seconds compared to 5:51 for the Pioneers.
And it hasn't changed this quarter much either.
Farmer out of the gun, over the middle, overshoots his man. He was looking for Redding, and a nice job there on the defense for Marietta. And I think that was Max Tice. No, Caleb Craig, my bad.
Oh, he felt it from both sides.
Yeah.
Farmer did. Well, here we go again, 25-yarder.
Yeah, it's spotted again at the 15-yard line. The kicker is Nate Strong. Hold is Jacob Leonardi. And we'll see if the third time's a charm. Good snap and a good kick. It is up and good. So Strong puts the Cardinals on the board first with 5:52 to go in the first half. They lead it over Marietta 3-0. Although the scoreboard tells a different story. They have it a 3 up on the Pioneer side. They'll fix that, I'm sure. Today's game is being produced by 1455 Media. 1455 is a full-service multimedia firm bringing big city production and small-town customer service to the Mid-Ohio Valley. Video works, and when it's produced by 1455 Media, it works even better. Go to 1455media.com to learn more. That's the word 14, the number is 55media.com. 3-0 is our score. 5:52 to go in the first half. Otterbein on the board first after a 25-yard field goal from Nate Strong.
Marietta College would only love to have Otterbein think about those early scoring chances when this game ends and
seriously,
second-guess themselves.
This game could be way out of hand if not for the misfortune of the botched snap and Marietta stopping them on defense on their first possession. Tay Pryor will take it at the 7-yard line. Pryor, left side, has a lane. Pryor out to the 35-yard line, and he is dropped by Alex Brendenberg.
There weren't many bodies remaining from Otterbein if Pryor had been able to pull away. I didn't think I'd get to do this job today, scoring summary. Nate Strong with that 25-yard field goal. 13 plays, 73 yards. It took up 5:44 off the clock. So, looking at the time of possession, 16 minutes, just short of 16 minutes for Otterbein. And we're at 8 minutes and 12 seconds for Marietta College.
So you were right about time of possession. It's all Otterbein. McSweeney throws a little out to Veach. And Austin Veach, the sophomore, pulls it in at the 38-yard line, a gain of only 2.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 now for the Pioneers. McSweeney throws over the head of Ryan Van Meter. And Van Meter being covered there by Zach Smith.
Zach Smith had no idea that the ball was coming that direction.
No, you're right. He didn't.
So if the catch is made, it's a 6.
3rd and 8 for the Pioneers.
And it was just way over Van Meter's head. So 3rd and 8. McSweeney stays in the ball game. Tanner Clark behind him. Receivers are Van Meter, Nelson, and Andrew Barker back in the ball game. For the Pioneers, he is at the bottom of your screen. McSweeney wants to throw, has time, looking for Barker. He's got him.
Might be just a tad short.
Well, depending on the spot. I
Yeah.
mean, he caught it at the 46, and that's where he had to get to.
I think the referee was generous with that spot. What
They're
do you
giving
think?
it to him. They're giving him a first down.
Just enough.
No, I think he got it. I think that's a good spot.
Okay.
I think that's a good spot. He was pushed
I
backwards.
saw that baseline there, 45.
Now McSweeney wants to go down to the right side for Barker again. Little hand gestures going on down there, little hand checking, but the pass over Barker's head.
Money covering for Otterbein.
Marietta College must see a lot of that one-on-one coverage, maybe to their advantage. That's twice now on this drive. They've had a shot.
Coverage there by Gary Money on Barker, and just a hair long. So 2nd and 10. And total yards in this first half for Marietta, only 97. Tanner Clark has a hole, crosses midfield, and Clark down to the 47-yard line.
He's met by Zach Smith.
Boy, facing 3rd and long, that's some big yardage, huge yardage to pick up on.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a first down, they still got just a couple to go.
They will spot it at the 47, so it will
Bring
be
up
3rd and 3.
for Marietta.
And Justin Bell back into the ball game.
Tanner Clark comes to the sidelines on this series.
McSweeney wants to throw. Now he'll roll to his left. He'll have the first down as he takes a hit.
I think he knew it was coming.
The scramble
And there is a Pioneer down at the 41-yard line, and he is slow to get up.
Cipriano.
It's
And it's Barker again.
again.
And he is just in all kinds of pain, man. Andrew Barker is having not a good day. This is the second time that he has been injured.
Well, it was the right knee they were looking at on the trainer's table on the sidelines the first time.
Well, and it's the right leg this time also. See if we can find out what happened to him right here. McSweeney wanted to throw. He decided to. Oh, it just gave out on him. I mean, he wasn't even hit. Mitch, can you go back and show that one more time, please? He wasn't even hit. You saw him. It just buckled on him. And you see Alexis Enix there, one of the trainers. Watch real closely right here as Mitch slows it down. Barker hits number 1, and that knee buckles, and he goes right down. So he put a hit on Ryan Tucho, and that knee buckled. So Barker initiated it. He was not hit.
After McSweeney's run, it's a
And that right knee just buckled and gave way, and he went down hard.
And that's such a huge loss, being that he's the big target at 6'3" and gives them an option there.
McSweeney did get a first down on the play, so it'll be 1st and 10. The ball in Otterbein territory at the 43-yard line, and we'll keep an eye on Barker on the sidelines, but it is not looking good for him to see any more action today as
takes the handoff.
Tanner Clark goes around the left side and no gain as they are doing a good job on Tanner Clark. And we talked about those numbers earlier on. When they stop Tanner Clark, the opposition, Marietta loses football games. And we have lost 4,
11.
and Tanner Clark on those 3 of those 4 has rushed for under 70 yards.
I'm going to guess this is going to be a run with Dorman in.
Yeah, Domer's back in the ball
Domer.
game. Just think Homer Simpson.
Okay.
Do.
Oh, and I lost the bet.
Well, yeah, it was a swing pass to Justin Bell, and again, that one nearly went for no gain, although they will give him 2 out of it. Domer threw it at Bell's feet, and Bell does a good job of picking it up off the turf there, got it right at the knees, and they'll get 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8 coming up. Bobby Cashaw checks out of the ball game.
And, of course, McSweeney and Clark trying to pick up 8 or 9 yards at least for that first down, if not more.
And they have got Barker on his back on the table, and they're cutting the wrap off of his knee, and I don't think he'll see any more action today, unfortunately. But I'm not a doctor. Pass is caught out into the flat. That's Austin Veach, and that is going to be enough for a Pioneer first down.
And we got an Otterbein player down for the first time today.
Yeah. Nice job by Veach, dragging that right foot.
That's Nick Cipriano, defensive end. Maybe just a stinger or something.
Yeah, he's up and walking off under his own power. But, boy, I'm still looking at the training table down here on the Marietta side.
Everybody's there who's anybody.
Yeah. Players coming over to.
He was really grabbing his helmet as if, excruciating pain.
Yep.
And
they've got the wrap off of his right knee. And Barker just with his hands up over his face, he is in a world of hurt, and that's not good. So we will try to get you an update on him after halftime. Meanwhile, back to live action. Marietta with 2:22 on a running clock. And there's going to be a motion penalty against the Pioneers. They brought Ryan Van Meter from the top of your screen down towards the to the line, and he started upfield before McSweeney called for the ball. So that's going to be a legal procedure against Marietta. And again, the official's microphone not working. So we have to practice our lip reading here this afternoon.
It's just telling us it's too cold to be outside.
Yeah.
Brings up 1st and 15 from the 35.
1st and 15, clock running, 2:10 to go. Again, coming up at halftime, Coach Brian Brewer, the head baseball coach here at Marietta, and Tanner Clark is wrapped up again in the backfield. He fights to get back to the line of scrimmage and does, but
just trying every means to trying to get him, some space.
Yeah, and Marietta's offensive line is just, quite frankly, losing the battle up front right now. There are no holes being created for Tanner Clark. And so he's trying to run outside, and it's just not happening. McSweeney pump fakes once. Now he's hit from behind, and he'll go down. And he gets no gain on the play. So now 3rd and 14. Marietta's going to have to hurry. They do have all 3 of their timeouts, but they don't look like they're interested in taking them at the moment.
Well, they don't want to give Otterbein any time in case if they couldn't be successful on this first down.
Clay Masted, now they take a timeout, and Alan Estep is livid. He is not happy with his offense. As Estep meets him at right at about the 38-yard line. Folks, I want to remind you, Penn Station wants to welcome all Pioneer fans to their Parkersburg location at 605 Grand Central Avenue. It's open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, so whether it's a quick lunch, dinner with the family, or catering for the office, Penn Station has you covered. Man, they've got good subs at Penn Station. They really do.
And a variety of them.
Oh, my goodness. My favorite is their pizza sub.
How about the cordon bleu?
Yeah, that too. But I've had the pizza sub more than because you can get ham on that thing. You can get onions, not just pepperoni and cheese and sauce. You get all kinds of good stuff. So 1:06 to go here in the first half. And Marietta with almost no offense to speak of here in these first 30 minutes.
I would almost classify this as their first somewhat sustained drive, though, other than that touchdown that was called back.
Right. Again, coming up at halftime, Brian Brewer will be our guest. We'll talk Marietta College baseball. 3rd and 14, McSweeney. Pass is complete to Ryan Van Meter, but Van Meter not even back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up a 4th and 11 as Van Meter gets 3 on the play. Clock continues to run now at 45 seconds.
It'll be 4th and 11 for
Marietta electing to not take a timeout. Bell in motion to the top of your screen. McSweeney wants to throw. Under pressure, pass is caught by Austin Veach, and Veach gets out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's good enough for a first down, Pioneers.
Well, with 22 seconds and 2 timeouts, that's still quite a few plays left in the book.
Veach coming clear across the field and beats his defender, Alex Vredenberg.
Timeout called by Marietta.
And Marietta will take their second timeout. Good look at Alan Estep right there, the bearded wonder. He has brought a lot of offensive excitement to this football team, and he is trying to dial up something right now to put some points on the board before halftime. 1455 Sports is happy to announce our partnership with Marietta College Athletics. Football is not just it, folks. We have a lot of things planned for you here this year. Tune in again for the next home game. It's next Saturday. It's the last football game of the year. It'll be Senior Day, November 16th at 1:30 against the number 1 team in the country.
Blah, blah, blah.
Mountain Union Purple Raiders. You can watch live or on demand anytime, anywhere.
6 seniors next week will be recognized for Marietta College.
Yep. And senior James Knox today wearing number 38 in honor of Joel Wannenberg, who would have been a senior this year. Tragically passed away a couple of years ago, and Knox wearing the 38 duties today. Should be a 38 honor today. It's not duty at all. McSweeney wants to throw to the sideline, and he has Veach again for a gain of 5 as Veach gets out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Stops the clock, 17 seconds, 18 seconds.
So that's 2 in a row now to Austin Veach.
Gains 5, 2nd and 5.
17.9, and on the sidelines, Andrew Barker is done for the day. He is on crutches, and his right knee is wrapped with ice, and he is making his way to the locker room right now. And you hate to see that. There's Andrew right there. And he is done for the day. McSweeney keeps it. Across the 10, he'll slide down at the 9. Timeout. Marietta calls her final timeout with 10.4 to go.
Well, now you got to shoot for the end zone.
Yeah.
You can't.
No more timeouts.
No more timeouts. Or run one more play and then kick the field goal if you can't get it.
Yeah.
You can't come away with nothing.
Well, I mentioned Alan Estep there. That you see the back of him as he's talking to his offense, talking to McSweeney right there. Estep is a really, really good offensive mind, and he has put a lot of spark into this Pioneer offense these last couple of years. This will be, 2 years ago they had that winning record. Last year, a winning record. It's going to be tough this year. If they win today, they'll be 5-4 going into the game against Mount Union. But Alan Estep right there, he is an offensive genius, and he pulls stuff out of his hat better than anybody.
Well, showing what he did with the option play, backup quarterback, freshman.
Yeah.
That gives Mount Union just even more to trying to defend.
Here's a wrinkle. Bell is in the backfield, and Tanner Clark is on the bench right now as McSweeney goes over the middle. He has his man. Nice move by Bell. Touchdown, Marietta.
Boy, that was a dangerous move because he doesn't get in. That clock runs out. But that was a very nice move, like you said.
Beautiful little spin move there by Justin Bell. And the Pioneers get on the board with 4.2 to go. Watch it again.
He doesn't go for the sideline. Instead, he cuts back in.
Just stops, makes his defender Ryan Tuco miss.
Because how far is he out? About 3-4 yards?
Let's look. He's at the 5-yard line. So he's got to get in.
He's got to get in. Oh, boy.
So Jacob Griffin on to attempt the extra point.
And we got it.
It is good. So with 4.2 to go, Marietta gets on the board, and they lead it 7-3. Folks, with the holidays approaching, give the gift of memories. Marietta Media Transfer can help you access these precious memories from old media formats like VHS and preserve them to digital. Then you can send them to friends and family or share on Facebook or YouTube. Holiday special running through the end of the year is 40% off. What a deal. Call 304-488-4633 or check out MariettaMediaTransfer.com for more information.
Now, they did something that I'm still working on, and that's time management.
Yeah.
4.2 seconds, and that's all Otterbein gets here.
Fans having a big round of applause for the Marietta College Pep Band.
Coming up at halftime, they're honoring the veterans here today, so they'll have a nice ceremony, as they always do here at Don Drum Stadium on the Saturday closest to Veterans Day. And again, I'm looking forward to talking to Brian Brewer. He is sitting right behind us here, getting ready to come in and talk Marietta College baseball in just a couple of seconds. Otterbein returning this kick, and Marietta's got to run in out of bounds. George Redding on the return, and that is how the first half is going to end. Our score, Marietta leads it 7-3. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Brian Brewer talking Marietta College baseball. We'll do that next, right after this.
Marietta College is the perfect place for someone who has multiple goals or really big dreams. I knew that I wanted to be in the PA program. I have been given opportunities that really help you grow and help you build your resume. I was fortunate enough to get in. The students here are so driven, and that really inspires me.
Anytime, any place, any weather. Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction. What about your foundation? Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction.
The first 3 weeks here, with the home being set up and the PIO store, or at least are familiar with everybody on campus, and everybody here smiles. You could walk down the mall, and they're just happy to see you, and that's that small hometown feel that I really enjoy. I love the fact that I can just go with my professors after class and sit there and talk with them, and that's just something that I really find special about this school, and it's helped my academics substantially, having that connections. This is the place that I call home.
Sir Speedy, the one-stop shop for all your printing, signage, and marketing needs. Sir Speedy's print, sign, and marketing services have you covered, whether it's banners, business cards, building signs, trade show displays, yard signs, promotional products, and so much more. With our state-of-the-art equipment, no job is too big or too small. And with Sir Speedy's online services, you can request a quote, send files, and place orders right from your desktop. Sir Speedy's got you covered. Visit us on Emerson Avenue or sirspeedywv.com.
Marietta College, it holds its students to such a high standard where it becomes the norm that you have to work hard. He actually signed me up for the hardest math competition for any undergraduates in the United States. I'm glad that he saw that in me. And this is the place that makes me feel like myself.
Anytime, any place, any weather. Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction. What about your foundation? Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction.
Have you heard what happened to those with curious minds? They packed up, broke free of conventions. These prospectors of knowledge are blazing a new trail, joining the long line of those who sought adventure and prepared for anything. This is the time. This is the place. Bring forth a pioneer.
And welcome back to Don Drum Stadium on the campus of Marietta College. Our score at halftime, Marietta puts it in the end zone with under 10 seconds to go, actually 4 seconds on the clock, and they lead it 7-3. Joined right now by the head coach of the Marietta College baseball team, Brian Brewer. And, Coach, good to see you, man. Thanks for topping out after, of course, you had to stop and get Smitty's Pizza first. I saw that. Don't think I missed it. But appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yeah, Smitty's is definitely our go-to, and he has been phenomenal to us over the years. Very supportive of us and the entire athletic department. But appreciate being here, and go Pioneers.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you just finished up fall ball just a little while ago. Tell us about your fall ball program and how it all went for you.
Well, right when the kids get back to campus, we start what we call the BSN Fall League, which is sponsored by BSN Sports. It's a community fall league open to anyone in Washington or Wood counties that's out of high school.
Right.
It's about a 4-week season, play about 15. Each team plays about 14 to 16 games. And then once we get into October, traditionally we go right into Marietta College baseball. We are allowed a 16-day window. You got a couple options as to how you can break that 16 days down. This year we cut it back to 3 weeks because of the field project that was finishing up throughout the course of September. But we went about 15 days in October, and like you mentioned, we just wrapped it up last Saturday.
You mentioned the field project, and that leads me into my next question. Talk about the new Shalley Stadium. First of all, there's a new name. It's named after the coach and his wife, so that's kind of pretty cool. But man, just all kinds of exciting things happening for you up there on Mulholland Drive. Talk about the new stadium.
Just phenomenal, really. State-of-the-art surface, and that's not an exaggeration. It's one of only 3 fields that have this system in place. The University of Tennessee, MLB London, the field over in London that Major League Baseball recently built, and Marietta College.
Wow.
It is just a phenomenal system that is artificial but plays as close to grass and natural as you're ever going to see.
Okay.
Just top of the line, state of the art, not just the surface itself, but our dugouts are now in-ground dugouts with restrooms. We've got a new fence system, champion wall system out there that's like a big league caliber fence system, 3 mounds in our bullpens. If you haven't seen it, I certainly can't do it justice. You got to get out there and check that thing out.
Now, did you back the fence up a little bit, or is it same dimensions as what you had?
We cut it down 10 feet. We went from 410 to 400 in center field, but our alleys are still 370. Our lines are still 330. We lost just a little bit of foul territory as you work gradually down the lines towards the post. But very similar, just that 10-foot difference. We made it a little bit shorter in dead center.
Talk about how that helps your recruiting, Brian. When you have a field like this, one of 3 in the world that we're talking about now, talk about how that helps you recruit kids to come to Marietta.
I mean, the best way I can sum it up is we have 16 kids that have verbally committed to come to Marietta College to play baseball next fall. And at this time of year, normally we have 1 or 2.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a buzz right now, certainly around the region. This facility is pretty special, and it has helped us tremendously. Our visits are up astronomically, and like I said, our commits are way up right now. We've got 16 kids coming in next Saturday for an overnight visit, their second time on campus.
Right.
It's the payoffs are obvious. I mean, it's just been a really big boost for us at a great time. And it's not just baseball, right? It's what's going on out here right now and what's going on across the street at the soccer complex. And Bill Rood and President Rood, his wife, our new administrative team, I guess it's 3 years now,
right.
have just been amazing with what's happened in Van Johnson Fieldhouse. There's a buzz around campus, and it's just a really great place to be right now, and we're happy to be a part of it.
Marietta College baseball, all these, I believe, 6 national championships to your credit, and but it's been a couple of years, Brian, for that the Pioneers have struggled, and what have you got to do to get back now to the Pioneer baseball that you and everybody else expects?
Yeah, it's about players, man. This is college athletics. I mean, I tell kids when they're on campus, Nick Saban's really good at what he does, but they've got pretty good football players at Alabama, right? It's you got to have players, and the best players don't win, the best team does. It's also a message we try to tell our kids. This is a we and an us kind of place, not an I and a me kind of place. But if we get good players that are bought in, I think our track record would indicate that we know what to do with those kind of kids and those type of clubs once we get our hands on them. So it starts there. But then it's also getting back to our roots a little bit. I mean, the last few years we've just been bad offensively. We're swinging and missing. We're hitting fly balls. If we get back to our approach, shortening it up, moving it, get them on, get them over, get them in,
Right.
I think we'll be just fine. And experience. You know, we college athletics is very cyclical. Everything happens in 3 to 5 year windows, and we were at that point last year where we were playing 7 and 8 freshmen,
Right.
you know, in a lineup. And I don't care where you played high school baseball. To come in the OAC and try to compete as a freshman is difficult. And we had a couple little injuries. So, you know, outside of last year, we're still playing in regional tournaments. We're really, you know, we've had a great run. But the expectation level is high here, as it's always been and should be. And that's something we welcome. And the expectation is that we're going to get back to being one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country sooner rather than later.
So when do you start? I mean, I know your off season is ongoing, but when do you lace them up and head south?
First practice will be, I just looked at it the other day, right around the 1st of February. First game is the first weekend in March. We actually are going to Baltimore to play Johns Hopkins, Cortland State, and Roanoke. And then that second week in March, we'll be headed to Port Charlotte to play in the Snowbird Classic.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Brian, thank you so much for taking time. Best of luck this season, and I can't wait to get up and watch you play at that new stadium.
Yeah, we're excited to get you out there, and thanks to all that you guys are doing for this. This has really been a great production, and we've enjoyed it, and hopefully the people watching and listening at home have as well.
Well, hopefully we get out there and do some baseball games for you this year as well.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, thank you, Brian. That's Brian Brewer, head coach of the Marietta College Pioneer baseball team. Our score at the half, Marietta leads it 7-3. We'll be back after a few messages right here on 1455 Media Sports. Stay with us.
Marietta College is the perfect place for someone who has multiple goals or really big dreams. I knew that I wanted to be in the PA program. I have been given opportunities that really help you grow and help you build your resume. I was fortunate enough to get in. They had 1,500 applicants this year and chose 36. All of the students here are so driven, and that really inspires me.
Anytime, any place, any weather. Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction. What about your foundation? Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction.
The first 3 weeks here, you know, with the home being set up and the PIO store, you know, or at least are familiar with everybody on campus, and everybody here smiles. You could walk down the mall, and anybody, they're just happy to see you, and that's that small hometown feel that I really enjoy. I love the fact that I can just go with my professors after class and sit there and talk with them, and that's just something I really find special about this school, and it's helped my academics substantially, having that connections. This is the place that I call home.
Sir Speedy, the one-stop shop for all your printing, signage, and marketing needs. Sir Speedy's print, sign, and marketing services have you covered, whether it's banners, business cards, building signs, trade show displays, yard signs, promotional products, and so much more. With our state-of-the-art equipment, no job is too big or too small. And with Sir Speedy's online services, you can request a quote, send files, and place orders right from your desktop. Sir Speedy's got you covered. Visit us on Emerson Avenue or SirSpeedyWV.com.
Marietta College, it holds its students to such a high standard where it becomes the norm that you have to work hard. He actually signed me up for the hardest math competition for any undergraduates in the United States. I'm glad that he saw that in me. And this is the place that makes me feel like myself.
Anytime, any place, any weather. Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction. What about your foundation? Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction.
Have you heard what happened to those with curious minds? They packed up, broke free of conventions. These prospectors of knowledge are blazing a new trail, joining the long line of those who sought adventure and prepared for anything. This is the time. This is the place. Bring forth a pioneer.
ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Sadie Johnson and, most importantly, our great veterans. Marietta College Sport Management and the Athletic Department thanks Mr. B Potato Chips for being proud sponsors of both programs. Founded in 1951, Mr. B Potato Chip is the only potato chip made in West Virginia. Chips are sold at all retail stores on campus, including our concession stand. So pick up yours today. And a reminder that concession stand is being run today by the Marietta College women's basketball team. Located on the main concourse at the front of the stadium, they've got a full assortment of food and drinks for your enjoyment. Marietta College and Marietta High School would like to thank our sponsors who support Don Drum Stadium with proceeds from advertising. All funds raised through advertising go to a sinking fund that's used to maintain and improve the stadium for both the college and the high school. And don't forget, the Pioneers' next home game is Saturday, November 16th, when the Purple Raiders from #1 ranked Mount Union visit Don Drum Stadium for Senior Day.
Welcome back to Don Drum Stadium on the campus of Marietta College. Our score as we get ready to start the third quarter, Marietta 7 and Otterbein 3, and Marietta putting it in the end zone just before halftime.
Yeah, that last drive, as I said earlier in that half, was basically their only sustained drive. Took 16 plays, covered 64 yards, and nearly 6 minutes off the clock. And even with that 6-minute drive, they're still being doubled in time of possession.
Yeah. Want to thank Brian Brewer, the head coach of the Marietta baseball team, for stopping by at halftime. Always great to chat with Brian. And you can just kind of tell, Kerry, the excitement in his voice about the new facilities over there on Mulholland Drive and how excited he is to get his season going.
Well, I'm excited just to step inside and get a good look myself. I just work down the street, so I have all kinds of opportunities to kind of soak it all in, and it's always been a first-class operation anyway.
Yeah. You're watching Marietta College Pioneers football live from Don Drum Stadium on the campus of Marietta College. Brian Nost and Kerry Patrick getting ready to start the second half, and we are underway. Marietta gets the football, and it's going to go to Tay Pryor at the 10. Pryor up the right side. Now he cuts back over the middle, and Pryor with a nice return out to the 44-yard line. I do not see any laundry on the field, so Marietta will have great field position as they start the second half.
And it was his kickoff return after the field goal by Otterbein that set up that touchdown drive just to end the first half.
Yeah. So they spotted at the 45, and it'll be 1st and 10, Marietta. Kyle McSweeney is your quarterback. Tanner Clark in the backfield in that first half. Tanner Clark just 24 yards on 7 carries, and he gets it first in the second half, and he'll go ahead for about 3. And that's it as he's brought down by Ryan Tucho.
Yeah, we're looking at the leading ground gainers. It's 2 freshman quarterbacks, Domer for Marietta College and Farmer for Otterbein.
There you see Tucho gets him at the 48, the 47 rather, so it'll be 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. In motion, and they give it to Tanner Clark. Up the middle, Tanner Clark to midfield. And
we got a player down for Marietta College.
That's right, Rayshawn Stewart.
First officials timeout for injury.
Rayshawn Stewart down. And
First hit was made by Derek O'Connor.
He's holding that right arm.
Could be a shoulder, could be a
collarbone, shoulder, whatever.
Yeah. And Anthony Herman, another sophomore, making his way to replace on the offensive line.
So third and 5 for the Pioneers. McSweeney is hit as he throws. Pass is complete to Veach, but he is out of bounds, so they'll rule it incomplete. He actually caught the ball. I said pass was completed, pass was caught, but Veach was out of bounds.
A little bit of sportsmanship shown by Niall Lewison of Otterbein, making sure that, no foul play, or he didn't intentionally try and knock him, his block off.
So Marietta will have to punt as they are 4th and 5. Sprague in that first half, 4 punts. The average of 28.5 yards. The long punt was 38 yards. So Sprague had his work cut out for him there in that first half, and he gets off a nice one to start the second half. And it takes a Marietta College bounce, and it goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So nice punt by Sprague, and Marietta has him pinned back. And the Cardinals will start deep in their own territory to start this second half.
Probably has to feel like kicking a rock in these conditions.
Well, not as bad as last night, man.
Tell me about it, Brian.
Last night we were at Ravenswood High School, and it was the Hatchet game, Ripley and Ravenswood. I'm sorry, we were Ripley High School. And it was cold. It was like kicking a cinder block. It had to have been last night.
1st and 10, Otterbein.
Ripley winning that ball game 36-0. Swing pass is complete out to Jordan Boast Floyd. And Floyd across the 20 to the 21-yard line. He'll get 6.
That's about his longest gain of the day, I believe.
Down by Kyler Folkers.
Actually 7, but I was close.
Total yards, real similar. Otterbein with 179 in that first half. Marietta on 34 plays with 166. Otterbein 37 plays in the first half. And they give it right up the middle to Matt Webb. Webb maybe a yard.
Webb takes it up the middle.
And that's it. But as you go back and look at the stats, only 4 penalties in the first half. 1 on Otterbein for 15 yards. Marietta had 3 for 30 yards.
But that big 1 penalty holding that called back a touchdown. That's not shown in the stats itself, but
3rd and 3 now. Otterbein in that first half, 4 of 9 on 3rd downs. And we'll see what they do here. Farmer in the shotgun. Wants to throw, has a man. And it is right at the first down marker. Pass is caught by Redding. And
Pryor laid a hit on that one.
Yeah, but it was late.
Yeah.
And Redding has the first down. Just a little screen.
But we saw Pryor have some little patches of, I don't know, what do you want to call them, a couple games ago.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit.
He struggled a little bit.
But he's having a decent game today, is Tay Pryor. Farmer wants to throw, and he does. Has a man, and it's broken up. Nice job right there. I think it's Malik Greer, and it was.
Pass broken up by Malik
We saw a
Greer.
tip pass catch caught earlier, and we almost saw another one right there.
Good look here from behind Farmer as he is looking for a receiver, and he finally has one down the right side. But Greer, right there at the end, steps in and knocks it away. So a nice job by Malik Greer.
It almost looked like Greer was the intended receiver.
Yeah. One more step inside, and I think he picks that one off. 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped, 11:45 to go in the third. Just underway here in the second half. And Farmer keeps it on the RPO, and he pays for it. Loses a yard to the 25, and Rayshawn Stewart, who is back in the ball game, lowered the boom on him.
Kyler Folkert also in on the play.
Let them hear you, Pio Nation.
Yeah, they had that play all figured out.
11.
Yeah, my fault. That wasn't Rayshawn Stewart. That was
Kyle Folkert.
Folkert, yep,
Yeah.
You're right.
You're usually helping me out, Brent.
Well,
I thought I owed you one.
I'm still suffering from that pizza coma from Smitty's at halftime. Farmer, pass is complete. Short of the first down. The pass good to Dom Ross.
Pass completed to to Tom Ross.
Again, Pryor getting opportunities on defense has
Short of the line
made the tackle short of the first down.
Fourth down for Otterbein.
Nice coverage there by Tay Pryor, the
Now
junior.
This punter was special teams player of the week 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Austin Veach.
we'll see what he can do. Austin Veach standing back at his 35-yard line, and Veach does not call for the fair catch, and he's got a little bit of running room. Austin Veach following his blockers at the 50. Veach at the 40, and he steps out of bounds at the 34-yard line, and, of course, I'm looking for laundry, and I don't see it.
Logan Domer, he did one of these, hands up. I don't touch him, don't get called for a hold or blocking the back. And
how about Veach there not calling for the fair catch, and he had a Cardinal breathing on him, and he just sidestepped to the right, and he was off to the races, doing a good job of following his blocker, Marcellus Blake. And Marietta's in business at the 32-yard line.
that'll spark the offense, hopefully.
Yeah, let's hope. Cardinals player down on the sideline, and that's going to be Austin Torr. Torr right down there in front of the Marietta bench, being tended to by the Otterbein training staff.
Probably one of the guys trying to make the touchdown-saving tackle.
While we have a second, next Saturday, of course, we'll close out the football season here at home against Mount Union. But check this out. Friday night, the Shrine Tournament starts for men's basketball. That is going to get underway with Marietta playing Eastern Mennonite at 8 o'clock. The first round game is 6 o'clock that night. And then on Saturday, the 16th, we'll be here for the 1:30 game against Mount Union. And then as soon as that's over, I got to hightail it over to the Banjo because the Concy game is at 5 o'clock and the championship game of the Shrine Tournament is at 7.
Will you have a voice left?
Oh, man, who knows? Probably not. The good thing is that I don't have to do play-by-play for basketball. I just do the PA for basketball.
Yeah, but I think you put more into both, or just as much into both, I should say.
I guess, I don't know. It depends on who you talk to.
But that first game I did happen to find it. It was Mount St. Joseph against La Roche.
Yeah, you're right.
And then the women are playing that weekend at Trine University.
Yep.
Friday and Saturday.
And the first home game for the women is the 20th, so it's a week from Wednesday against Washington and Jefferson. So we'll be putting the old miles on the Ford Focus here pretty soon. But you know what? Listen, I am so honored to be entrusted with the responsibilities to do this, and I'm so honored that John Vanderwall and Cole Vivian have asked me to come back and do it again this year. Somebody, and I do want to make mention of this. I ran into Ron Johnston here in the press box a little while ago during lunch, during halftime, and he said, "Hey, Brian, the voice of the Pioneers." And I said, "You know what? After this past week, the real voice of the Pioneers passed away this past week, Larry Steinel. And Larry, after a long, long battle with Alzheimer's, and he did Pioneer sports, football and basketball and what have you forever. And, Larry is a true voice of the Pioneers, and I know that we will be honoring him at an upcoming game here at the Van Johnson Fieldhouse soon. But our condolences to Larry's family, and he will sorely be missed. But it's been a while since Larry has done ball games because of his health, and so I kind of stepped in a few years ago and filled in the seat. I will never take his place, I can tell you that right now. But I filled his seat, and that's kind of how I feel about doing it now. So I appreciate Vanderwall and Cole Vivian giving me the opportunity, and as well as Jeff Shalley and Larry Heiser and Bill Rude here at Marietta College giving me the opportunity. But again, I want to send our condolences out to the Steinel family. Great voice, man. He had a great voice, and he is going to be missed.
Yeah, I can add to that. I got to know him the last couple of years at the O'Neill Center, and everything he had to battle through, he still had that voice.
Yeah, that voice is something else, and it will be missed. Bell, Marietta went for it 4th and 1, and the option pitch to the left side, and it was a disaster from the get-go. You can watch right here as Domer, just before he gets hit, throws it, and he threw it. Bell just couldn't handle it, and so he's wrapped up in the backfield, and Marietta will turn it over on downs. A stop made by Jacob Teal. And so Otterbein.
And we got an injured Marietta
That's
College.
Bell.
Yep. Boy, they're really getting banged up today.
Yeah,
There's
are.
3 or 4 now.
Officials timeout for injury.
So Bell favoring that right ankle as he comes off, and Marietta with a golden opportunity to put more points on the board, and they turn it over on downs.
1st and 10, Otterbein at their own 35.
So the Cardinals take over on their own 35. Logan Farmer, the freshman quarterback, wants to throw over the middle, and he's got his freshman running back out of the backfield, and Marietta misses a tackle, and all the way down the sideline goes Jordan Boast Floyd, and that is the biggest play of the ball game for either team.
There were several missed assignments on Marietta College's part. Right off the bat here, number 21 just flew right by the play, breaks the tackle.
Tice misses him. Tries to arm tackle him and throw him down, and Boast Floyd just got out of it. Big gain on the play down to the 12-yard line. And Otterbein knocking on the door here in the red zone with 7:37 to go on a running clock in the third quarter. Farmer gives it to Boast Floyd again over the left side, and this time
they weren't going to miss that one.
Newberger got him, but he was slowed down by Kyler Folkert.
I'll tell you what, Newberger in that first half, he had those stats again, 2.5 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, 3 more solo tackles. So he's playing a nice defense here the past couple weeks.
Clock continues to move inside 7 minutes now. 10 seconds on the play clock for Logan Farmer. And he's got Jordan Boast Floyd to his right. Send Redding in motion. Now Farmer wants to throw, and they do hit Redding at the 7-yard line. Redding came in motion and then turned around and went out of the backfield and was wide open in the flat on the far side of the field.
Boy, I didn't see Greer enter the picture till late, but boy, he got there in a hurry.
Malik Greer knocking him out of bounds. So 3rd and 3 from the 6. So Otterbein can get a first down. Ten seconds on the play clock. Boast Floyd in the backfield along with Farmer, who is your quarterback. Slant pattern over the middle, and nice job. It's nice to see 38, James Knox, make that play wearing Wannenberg's jersey.
Didn't know if they were going to say he got there a little early with the little bump, but the refs were right there on top of the play.
Just in from Morgantown final, Texas Tech 38, West Virginia 17. So the woes for the Mountaineers continue up in Morgantown.
Blocked.
Block kick, and Knox is going back the other way. James Knox at the 50. Knox at the 30, at the 20, 10, 5, and Knox is into the end zone for Marietta. How do you like it?
Did you see the celebration by Pryor in the midfield? He was the one that blocked it.
That's your job. I'm watching the ball. That's what the color guy does, is watching the celebrations.
I'm sorry. There were several things going on that play. Heck of a block, heck of a run. Man.
And Joel Wannenberg is smiling down this afternoon as James Knox takes that 38, 85 yards to the end zone. Touchdown, Marietta. And Jacob Griffin will try to tack on the extra point to make it 14-3. A big special teams play from the Pioneers. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that is the biggest play of the game so far.
I think Tate Pryor's jammed some fingers on that play. He took his glove off, and he's showing his teammates, this is where I got it.
So Pryor with the block. And he got up there, too, did Tate Pryor. You just saw it on the bottom of your screen.
But, boy, Knox had some speed.
Yeah, he did. As the first permanent settlement in the Northwest Territory, Marietta is rightfully proud of its place in American history. Our pioneer spirit runs deep, folks, and we love sharing our story with visitors. Unique shops and restaurants line our quaint streets and provide a scenic backdrop for our growing arts community and nationally known events. Our outdoor adventures are top-notch, and with our many comfortable hotels, Marietta is a great place to live and visit. You can learn more at mariettaohio.org.
Brian, I wasn't going to say this as Otterbein was driving for a touchdown, but they are.
What say that for?
After that touchdown, I figured it was
trying to jinx us or something.
They've
nice
just not
kick.
been, they've just not been a second half team.
So Marietta kicks off, and the ball is returned out to the 25-yard line. That's
Drew Williams brings it out.
Drew Williams on the
was made by Dre Baldwin.
On the return.
By the way, that was a good call on the touchdown run there, Brian. I didn't want to take away from your.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Keeping your eye on the ball.
Well, somebody has to.
At their own 24-yard line. First and 10, Otterbein.
I'm more about celebrations in the midfield while the guy's running for a touchdown.
While the guy gets his finger bent backwards from breaking it, blocking the kick. No, a nice job there by Tate Pryor. So Otterbein takes over, first and 10 on the 24-yard line. Redding with the reception. Max Tice on the hit out of bounds. I don't mean he hit him out of bounds. He knocked him out of bounds.
2nd and 6 for Otterbein.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Cardinals.
It'll be interesting to see how long of a run that exactly was by James Knox.
We'll see when we get the stats here in just a second or two. Option pitch, and off to the races is Jordan, Boast, Floyd, and Tice runs him out of bounds, or he would go for 6.
The option pitch.
They're starting to get him in the open field a little bit more, Boast Floyd, whereas he was running up the middle through the first half.
And I was impressed there by the quarterback, Farmer, because he waited until the last possible second. He knew he was going to get hit, but he waited till the last possible second to get rid of that football, and all kinds of running room on the right side for Boast Floyd, and he does it again, only this time Marietta picks it up a little bit better, and they only get about a yard and a half out of the deal as Ahmed Muhammad and Fulker run him out of bounds.
Muhammad was the player who kind of emerged a couple weeks ago because he had a nice game leading into the Baldwin-Wallace game.
2nd and 9.
Or excuse me, Heidelberg. Oh.
2nd and 9 to go now for the Cardinals. Ball rests at the 37-yard line. Farmer, again, they'll pitch. Option pitch to Boast Floyd, and he does a whole lot of running, but it gets him a first down.
Boast Floyd carries it.
Folkert again on the stop.
Tackled by Folkert. Just enough.
So that concerned Marietta College a little bit, as easy as Otterbein's getting yardage.
Well, they're spreading the field out now. They're doing that pitch option stuff, and they're spreading the field. And Marietta's having a hard time adjusting. They have 4 wide receivers, and that's the same play. Here we go again with Boast Floyd, and he has a hole over the left side, and he gets inside the 15-yard line, does Boast Floyd, and Malik Greer on the stop right there, or that would have been a touchdown.
Like you mentioned before, they're all going for the Farmer at quarterback, and he's releasing it just in time.
So another first down for the Cardinals, and they are moving the ball well on this drive with 3:20 to go in the third. Marietta leads it 14-3, but Otterbein knocking on the door. Again, a very spread formation, 2 wide receivers top and bottom, And the same play to the right side this time. It's pitch, run left, pitch, run right, and this time it is covered up by Malik Greer, but it's still a couple of yards gain.
We're wondering how far that run was by James Knox. It was an 84-yard field goal return.
All right, I said 85.
Did you say 85?
I did.
You're in the neighborhood.
I'm in the neighborhood.
You know, you'd win the Price is Right.
SID of the week, Jeff Shalley got that yardage right. So we appreciate that. Yeah, 84 yards. That's pretty cool. 2nd and 7 now for the Cardinals. Shotgun, and they give it to Webb. First time they've run a conventional running play, just a off tackle to the right side for Matt Webb. And Webb will pick up a couple on the carry, and that's about it. Troy Pontius into the ball game for Marietta, and out is Max Tice. 3rd and 3 for the Pioneers defense as Otterbein has it inside the 10-yard line at the 8. Farmer in the shotgun. They give it to Webb. Webb across the 5. Webb's into the end zone. Touchdown. He started right, had nowhere to go, and cut back left and had all kinds of room, and Otterbein gets on the board here in the 3rd quarter.
That was just that subtle move, like you said, a little shift to the left right there.
Yep. Made one man miss, and then it was the big Webb against Malik Greer, and that is no match right there whatsoever. As Greer tried to wrap him up high, and Webb just blew right by him into the end zone. So Strong on to attempt the extra point, and his kick is up and good. So with 1:40 to go in the 3rd, Otterbein cuts it to a 4-point game, makes it 14-10. And today's live stream was produced by 1455 Media. 1455 is a full-service multimedia firm bringing big city production and small-town customer service to the Mid-Ohio Valley. Video works, and when it's produced by 1455 Media, it works even better. Go to 1455media.com to learn more. That's the word 14, the number's 55media.com.
Yeah, the second half has been all about Otterbein moving the ball.
Yeah.
And if not for that blocked field goal, they'd be leading.
Yeah. Special teams has almost as much offense as the offense. 14-10, our score with 1:40 to go in the 3rd. Brian Nost and Kerry Patrick from Don Drum Stadium in Marietta, Ohio. Marietta College football on 1455 Sports. Glad you're with us on this chilly November the 9th.
And not your traditional lineup there on the kickoff team.
Short kick, little squibber, taken by one of the up men for the Pioneers. And we'll see who gets off the bottom of the pile. That's Carson Stouffer.
Well, on that last drive by Otterbein, Matt Webb with that 8-yard touchdown run. 8 plays, 76 yards. Took 4 minutes off the clock. It seemed like it was quicker than that, but the way they just kept moving. Total yardage. Otterbein, 332. Marietta College, 173.
Wow, and how's time of possession looking these days?
Time of possession is kind of evened out. 26 minutes Otterbein, 17 and a half Marietta College.
Well,
but it's the total yardage that is starting to catch up with Marietta College.
Quite the difference. Tanner Clark, the ball carrier over the left side. He gets a yard, and that's it.
And as you alluded to it earlier, Tanner Clark needed to get some yardage. He's been held to 34 so far.
Wow. Does not bode well. When the Pioneer running back is under 100 yards, we lose.
Have you given the SID that stat when Tanner Clark does not rush for 100 yards?
He's the one that gave me that stat.
Oh. I found your secret.
Yeah. Actually, I manufactured that stat all by myself. McSweeney down the middle of the field. Pass intended for Robert Nelson and broken up by Blake Montiel. And a flag on the play as Montiel would not keep his mouth shut. You saw it as he got up. He was barking at Nelson, and Montiel is going to get called for the unsportsmanlike taunting after the play. He could not keep his mouth shut, and that's going to be a big penalty against Otterbein. Let's listen to it right here.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, defense, number 2, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down. This is number 2's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
You see it right here. Pretty good coverage.
From the Otterbein 40, it's a first.
And you see him barking at him right there, and he gets up and yells at him. And good call by the official.
Yeah.
McSweeney hands off to Tanner Clark. Clark over the right side, cuts back left, cuts outside right, and down to the 35-yard line goes Tanner Clark.
Takes the handoff.
We are inside 30 seconds.
Hurry up offense.
McSweeney. With Clark behind him. Handoff fakes to Clark, goes to Van Meter at the 1, and he cannot haul it in.
And we got a flag down in the backfield.
Could be a late hit on the quarterback.
That's what McSweeney's pointing to the sidelines about.
Money had coverage for Otterbein. Flag on the play.
Gary Money on the coverage for the Cardinals, but as Kerry alluded to, I think we have a roughing the passer penalty coming up. Let's find out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 43, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That's Grant Nolder on the roughing the passer, and let's look at it right here from the end zone. Well, we won't see it.
So roughing the passer and unsportsmanlike conduct on the same
drive. Have you ever roughed your pastor from church? just wondering.
No.
I've had a couple of pastors I'd like to rough up a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
1st and 10, Marietta. The ball is at the 20-yard line. McSweeney, shotgun formation, is hit when he throws, and he's intercepted. McSweeney is picked off by Ryan Tuco, and McSweeney is slow to get up.
Maybe a sense of pride thing that just, why did I throw it?
Well, he got hit from behind.
Yeah.
He didn't have a choice. He got hit from behind, and that ball just squirted out of his hand. Watch it again right here. He never sees the guy coming. Bam.
Yeah.
Right as he lets it go, he gets hit, and the ball goes flying out of his hands. And Marietta turns it over. Costly turnover as they were in the red zone.
Especially since the defense really hasn't stopped Otterbein all second half.
More than likely, this will be the last play of the third quarter. 6.7 seconds to go. Logan Farmer pitches to Webb, and that's a backward pass, and that ball is up for grabs. Marietta says they have it. We'll see, and the official says Marietta gets it right back.
By the Pioneers.
How about that? Big hit.
Newberg with the fumble recovery. Boy, he's had a heck of a 2-week span.
And that will be the last play of the third quarter with our score. Marietta 14, Otterbein 10. Kerry and I will be back to call the final 15 for you right after this.
Anytime, any place, any weather. Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction. What about your foundation? Ramjack, a division of Moran Construction.
Other scores from around college football today. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Penn State, number 4 in the country, is according to the first college football poll, number 4 no more. Minnesota, under the tutelage of P.J. Fleck, brought Penn State into Minnesota today, and the Golden Gophers beat the Nittany Lions 31-26. We already talked about West Virginia losing today. Ohio State is for real, 73-14 right now over Maryland. TCU beating Baylor 23-16. It's in double overtime. Baylor has the football. Of course, the big one everybody's talking about today is LSU Alabama. That starts at 3:30. Here at Don Drum, we start the fourth quarter with Marietta leading 14-10 as Tanner Clark is hit, and I think it was a helmet-to-helmet.
And he's still down.
Yeah. That was a helmet-to-helmet for sure. And they're rolling him over on his back, and that did not look good. I saw his head snap forward as he was hit from behind. Let's look at it again right here. Well, I'm not sure it was a helmet-to-helmet, but he was hit hard right in the middle of his back, and he is still down.
I mean, even on that last hit from Marietta College on defense that turned the ball over, I felt the hit up here.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was scary. Here's a different angle. Let's look at it. Clark cuts up. Oh, okay, he was hit. He was hit helmet-to-helmet by Ryan Tuco, and it turned him around. But it was helmet-to-helmet straight on, and that spun him around, which made me feel like he got hit from behind. It was just so quick, I missed it. But looking at that angle, Mitch, can we see that angle one more time? Mitch hates it when I call for a replay, but if I can see that angle one more time and we slow it down, let's look at it again. Watch right here as he's coming through, and bam, right there on the nose. He gets hit by Ryan Tuco, and I think he was out before he hit the ground. Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate it in the truck. Great job, guys. Great camera work. 2nd and 10. New quarterback in the game and going for it all to Van Meter.
Oh.
Van Meter catches it, but he's out of bounds. Logan Domer had him in the corner.
Yeah, he caught that white line. Just couldn't find the blue in the end zone.
Nice pass by Domer, just a little strong. Look at it again here. Domer rolls to the left, has all kinds of time to throw, and a beautiful spiral to Van Meter, who is just on the line and cannot keep his feet in. So it'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Pioneers.
Probably a little concussion protocol going on the sidelines with
no
the trainer.
No doubt.
3rd and 10 for Marietta.
Clark just now taking his helmet off. Want to make sure he knows what decade it is. They're working on his neck right now.
Yeah.
McSweeney wants to throw, and he's got a man wide open. That's Austin Veach. Veach at the 10 and run out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Austin Veach is having himself a day. He's not doing too bad.
Missed tackle.
Yep.
He just slipped right out of it.
And I want you to watch this move. We've done that a couple of times today where we'll stop and immediately turn.
I think that's what we did on the touchdown.
Yeah.
For the first half.
Yeah, Justin Bell did that earlier when he caught that little out pass for a touchdown.
With time running out in the first
yeah.
half.
1st and goal from the 8. Pioneers pitch left. And with the football into the end zone is Bryce Agnew, the freshman. Who?
Another freshman.
Another freshman getting some playing time today. I love it. Bryce Agnew with his first score of the year. Watch it again. Little pitch to the left. He cuts back and runs straight into the end zone. Touchdown, Marietta. How do you like that? Bryce Agnew, welcome to the Pioneer Scoring Club. And look at the reception he's getting on the sideline. Yeah, that's right. I'm bad.
That's the first time he's ever carried a football.
Yeah. Griffin on to attempt the extra point, and it is up and good. So the Pioneers, they needed that one, man. Now 21-10.
Hopefully that gives a little lift to their defensive unit because like we said, in the third quarter, Otterbein was moving the ball, and, they knocked the ball loose on Otterbein's end. They take it down for a touchdown and back up by 11.
Hey, man, we were talking about pizza all the time, and when you want pizza, you call Smitty's, right? Well, when you want a sub, you call Penn Station. They want to welcome all Pioneer fans to their Parkersburg location, 605 Grand Central Avenue. It's right there in front of the mall. Open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. So whether it's a quick lunch, dinner with the family, or catering for the office, and I have experienced their catering. It is very good. Penn Station has you covered.
You never mentioned their fries. They got some good fries.
Fries. They got fries for days, man. I mean, they're small is enough to fill you up.
I mean, they have the potatoes sitting right there behind the counter.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Appreciate Penn Station. They fed our guys today, and so we appreciate them very much. Our crew enjoyed some Penn Station earlier today before the ball game. Do you think they'll have any left for us when we're done?
They're supposed to bring some up for us.
Yeah, well.
Where's that at?
Ask me if that happened. Otterbein on the return, and they get it back to the 15-yard line, and they'll set up shop 1st and 10.
Yeah, it didn't take Marietta College long on that last drive by Bryce Agnew. 8-yard run, completed a 4-play, 30-yard drive, only took 1:09 off the clock to put Marietta College up 21-10.
13:42 to go in the ball game. Brian Nost and Kerry Patrick bringing you Marietta College football from 1455 Media Sports.
Of course, Otterbein still leading, decisive advantage in total yards, but Otterbein's made some mental mistakes along the way, whether it's on special teams.
Farmer, quick pass out to the left side, and it is hauled in by George Redding. And Redding will have the first down and a few more on top of that. Redding's had a good ball game today.
Yes, he has. He came into this series 6 catches for 76 yards, so you mentioned his name continuous. And Tanner Clark on the bench, his teammates are kind of sitting away from him and kind of leaving him alone, trying to let him gather his thoughts, I guess.
Well, gathering his thoughts is one way of putting it.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to
find his thoughts.
Yeah. He
got clocked.
He was hit very, very hard, helmet to helmet. It was not called, but he immediately went down. 2nd and 6 now for Otterbein. Clock continues to move. 12:50 to go in the ball game. Marietta leads it by 11, 21-10. After that touchdown there just a few minutes ago by Bryce Agnew of the Pioneers. Pass over the middle intended for Reed Tucker, one of Farmer's favorite receivers. Tucker, the junior wide receiver, in and out of his hands. He couldn't bring it in.
I thought Caleb Craig was going to just step in front of that receiver and pick six it.
Well, I would have liked that.
I was just reading the play.
Yeah. As a good color guy should do.
You told me not to watch the ball.
Don't watch the ball, man. It's not your job. 3rd and 6 for Otterbein. 4 wide receivers. 1 setback. Farmer wants to throw. Over the middle, has a man. In and out of his hands. He couldn't hang on to it. Dom Ross had it and dropped it.
Greer with the hit.
And it's a good thing they called that incomplete because Marietta was right there to pick it up and go the other way, and they had no resistance whatsoever.
They had about 5 blue jerseys right around that ball.
Yep.
Had he caught it and then fumbled it.
So a nice stick on Dom Ross, and Marietta will get the ball back after a punt. Austin Veach is back at his 31-yard line. Veach has had a good day so far. He is not shy about taking those punts and not calling for a fair catch. This time he pays the price for it as he'll get brought down at the 35-yard line. Forward progress there. He got knocked back a little bit, but he actually caught it at the 35. So Marietta, decent field position to start with 12:15 to go in the ball game. They lead at 21-10. So there's only one other game this year where Tanner Clark has rushed for over 100 yards, and we have won, and that was the first game of the year. The other 3 that we have lost, he has rushed for less than 100 yards. We've been talking about that today. So how's Tanner doing so far?
Well, now that he's sitting on the bench, he's probably not going to up his total, but he's currently at 41 yards.
Yeah. So this would be the lowest total for him in a long time if he were to stay at 41 yards. He's had games of 38 and 39 yards. McSweeney under pressure now. He'll roll to the right and just duck out of bounds at the 38-yard line. But again, in those wins, Tanner Clark has had 116, 107, 214, and 132. So in the wins, he has been averaging 142 yards a game. But
and
check
over
this
100
out.
every time.
Yeah. And but check this out as McSweeney throws an incomplete pass to Veach. In the losses, he's run for 140, 38, 39, and 68 for an average of 71. Exactly half of what he averages when they win, and he's over 100. So
I guess the utmost issue right now is just hoping he comes back for next week.
Yeah,
ready to go.
You know, the main thing is that he got his bell rung pretty good. Now, he is standing up on the sidelines, so that's good. He has been on the bench ever since he came off the field, but he is standing up at about the 44-yard line on the sideline. So that's good to see him up and about. Marietta loses the football, and McSweeney gets it back.
McSweeney was very fortunate that the ball bounced right back to him because 2 Otterbein jerseys were right next to him, ready to either make the tackle or pick up the loose ball.
Yeah. So it'll bring up a 4th and 8 now.
Brings up 4th down for Marietta.
For the
Billy Spriggs set to punt for the Pios.
You know, I was looking down there. I was thinking that might be Tanner Clark there at about the 44-yard line. I'm not sure that is him.
Well, he's got his.
Because there's 2 number 9s on the roster. I'm not sure that is TC. Tanner with short blonde hair, but this kid's got a.
And Tanner did not have any sleeves.
Right, yeah, so I don't think that is Tanner, so it's my bad. So I don't know. He might be in the locker room for all we know at this point getting checked out.
Especially with this dance music going on, he'd probably want to get up off the.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Show his stuff.
Yeah, why not? So Otterbein will trot back out on offense. Good field position for them.
He is sitting on the bench with his teammates now.
I see him now. Got the towel over his head.
First down, Otterbein.
There he is. Good job by our crew.
But he has a trainer close by.
Oh, yeah.
2 trainers close by, excuse me.
Farmer zings it down the middle. Wow, what a catch. Threw into triple coverage did the freshman Logan Farmer, and guess who? George Redding on the reception.
He's got to be close to double digits in receptions. But, yeah, he threw it into traffic there.
Look at that. Wow. Gutsy move by the freshman, Logan Farmer, as he throws it into triple coverage. Big-time gain, first down, Otterbein. And he just slung that thing. Farmer wants to go again. He'll sling it down the right side, has a man, and it's caught by Dom Ross, but he's out of bounds.
I think he didn't have it. He didn't have it long enough.
Yeah, I think he juggled it as he was going out of bounds. You can watch it again here. Oh, this.
You were right though. It looked like he did catch it.
Yeah, this will be a good angle. Watch this, coming right at you. Yeah, he did not have possession as the ball squirts free.
They can't throw their challenge flag, can they?
No, they cannot. What challenge flag? This is college, man. You almost had me there, Kerry Patrick. 2nd and 10 for Otterbein. 45-yard line is the line of scrimmage, and Farmer is hit as he releases the ball.
That was Kyle Gallagher that disrupted the throw on that play.
Attaboy, KG. Way to go, buddy. 95 right there for you. Watch it right here.
That brings up 3rd down.
Berzonski comes off.
Well, this is probably 4-down territory for Otterbein, I would think, at this point of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, 10-18. I'm still a lot of time, but it's a 2-score game now at this point. Farmer, shotgun.
They're bringing it.
Steps up, and he's going to be hit from behind. Farmer loses the football, and there is a scrum for it at the 47-yard line.
Kyle
And
Gallagher caused the fumble.
Otterbein has it, and another Pioneer is down. Son of a gun.
Boy.
We'll see who this one is.
Fumble forced by Kyle Gallagher.
Keeping the
Oh, it's Max Tice. Max Tice grabbing his left hamstring right at the end of that last replay.
And he was the one that got the start today, usually number 2 on the depth chart.
Right. Let's watch it again. Watch Tice coming up right there. He is.
23.
He just comes in, and he falls straight back, and the first thing he does is grab that left hamstring. You can see right there. So
he's going to be helped off.
yeah, it's may not be the hamstring. It looks like it might be an ankle. But
jeez.
Alexis Enix, one of the trainers, is helping Tice off.
You know, if Marietta College wanted to be at full strength next week for Mount Union, this is not the way they wanted to go about it.
They've definitely had some guys get banged up today. And they've got guys banged up all year. I mean, their offensive line looks like Swiss cheese compared to what it was at the beginning of the season. All kinds of guys getting hurt. 4th and 12 for the Cardinals, and they will punt. Veach, they're not kicking it to Veach. They angle that thing off to the side, and Marietta's going to have field position starting at their own 19-yard line.
Well, the reason why that punter was special teams player of the week 2 weeks ago is because of the 9 punts, 5 were inside the 20.
Yeah.
Not a bad number.
Well, there's one for him right there.
I was going to say, the 19 qualifies, right? 19's less than 20?
It does indeed.
Okay. You calculating there over?
No, I'm looking at other scores actually. While I have a second, I'm looking at my son's score here in South Carolina.
I just thought you were maybe checking my math.
Yeah. It's starting to get a little dark. They may have to turn the lights on here at Don Drum this afternoon. Of course, daylight savings time now. That screws everything up. Bryce Agnew, the ball carrier, over the right side. I promise you I did not think I would be saying that today. Bryce Agnew, the ball carrier. I just never, you know.
There's several players out there that we've called out. Dormer.
Yeah.
You said Homer.
Yeah, think of Homer Simpson.
Homer.
And when he goes doe, it's Domer. Or you can just look at your cheat sheet, which is right in front of you.
I'm not supposed to look at the ball, so I'm trying to.
McSweeney, pistol formation. Gives it to Agnew over the left side. Here comes Bryce Agnew.
Boy, Agnew gets those feet running. Little scooter.
I like him.
He's like a throwback.
Yeah. Looks a little bit like Rudy, you know what I mean? He's got that same build.
I'll agree with you on that one.
First down, Marietta. McSweeney wants to throw, looking for Van Meter, and he's got it! Ryan Van Meter at the 36-yard line. Nice reception, and he beat on the play Gary Money.
That was pretty.
And Money didn't know the ball was in the air until it was too late. And Van Meter just outjumped him. Watch it right here. Pump fake, causing that linebacker to freeze, and a great job by Van Meter.
Over the shoulder catch.
Yeah.
Now, do you play with the clock a little bit and milk it some, or?
Oh, you just keep
go
the ball
about
on the
same,
ground.
yeah.
Keep the ball on the ground. Bryce Agnew again, the ball carrier, and Agnew goes right, cuts up the middle, goes across the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I think he wants some playing time next week.
Well, depending on how Tanner Clark is,
Yeah.
he may get it.
7-yard gain. 2nd and 3.
So 7:50 on a running clock. Marietta leads it 21-10. And they have the football. They're on the move. 2nd and 3. McSweeney pitches to Agnew. Cuts back across the middle. And Bryce Agnew has another Pioneer first down.
What is it? Is he seeing the holes better than the other running backs,
Well,
or what's the deal?
I mean, I don't know.
He's having a lot of success out there.
Yeah.
He is. He's just got good vision.
And he's a little bit smaller than Tanner, too. So, he, those holes that are not quite big enough for Tanner to go through, Agnew's able to squirt through there, which is what we're seeing out of the freshman.
I mean, you look at McSweeney out there, and then you see Agnew, the height difference.
Yeah.
He's 6 feet.
Here
6
he
inches
comes
again.
again. And this
they
time,
got it. Yeah.
This time Otterbein's keying on him.
Went to the well.
in the backfield slowed him down, and then he was brought down by Neil Lewison.
But, hey, if it was working, why veer away from it?
Right, exactly.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
.640 to go in the ball game.
Even if they don't score here.
Well, yeah, they're chewing up some time.
Valuable time.
3 wide receivers. 2 to the top there, 1 at the bottom. McSweeney, just a little dump pass over the middle.
McSweeney could have almost run it himself.
Yeah.
It was that much of a hole there.
And flag on the play. Now we'll see what's going on. Now, there was a little bit of extracurricular stuff happening after the play, and they are talking to Otterbein, and I think they're going to call Otterbein for unsportsmanlike.
I don't know. McSweeney was acting as if, we didn't do anything wrong, but yet.
Isn't that what everybody always said? Just you
remember,
me. You remember in basketball when
Yeah.
they call the foul, the guy would raise his hand before they don't do that anymore.
No. What happened to that? That was the first thing we
After
were
the
taught.
play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 68, 15 yards from the end of the run. The down counts, 3rd down.
All right, so they're going to get Garrett Allen for unnecessary roughness. You see 68 right there. And he's just trying to go in there and help his player, and then he shoves off number 1, Tuco. Tuco looks like he may have flopped there a little bit. I don't judge anybody, but I'm just telling you what I saw. And the official caught him and got Garrett Allen for the unnecessary roughness.
Well, we got 3 lined up here on the left side of the line, receivers.
3rd and 23. McSweeney looking left, under pressure, and he's going to go down. McSweeney is going to be dropped back at the 43-yard line, and he's wrapped up there by Chase Carpenter.
Chase Carpenter with the sack on McSweeney.
And the clock continues to run.
Probably the smartest thing was just to tuck it in and take the tackle, the sack.
Yeah.
Don't try any funny business. Well, we're down to 5.5 minutes, so by the time Otterbein gets it back, we're going to be close to 5.
Yep. Bailey Sprague standing back at his 42, and he gets off a beauty. Way to go, Bailey. Down to the 7-yard line. Nice job.
It's almost as if he did that intentionally.
Yeah, you think?
That's the best punt I've seen out of him in the 3 games I've been here. That was perfect. I mean, it wasn't lengthwise, it wasn't your boomer, but effectiveness, yes.
Sprague having himself a really, really good day.
First and 10, Otterbein.
5:12. Clock is stopped. Left to go in the ball game. Pioneers having a little bit better of a second half than they did the first. Big special teams play there where Tay Pryor returned 184 yards on a blocked field goal attempt for a touchdown.
You can't forget Bryce Agnew emerging in the second half.
Yeah, good for him, man. Pass is complete to Reed Tucker. Gain of 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Second and 3.
Farmer wants to throw. He'll look over the middle, and he has a man, but it's in and out of the hands of Jack Iannarino.
Good. Very good, Brian.
Well, it's spelled out phonetically. I couldn't mess that up.
Jack Iannarino.
Marietta College just rushing 4 right now.
Folkert and Greer had coverage for Marietta. And fans, it is
3rd and 3 now for Otterbein.
3rd and 3.
Clock stopped on the incompletion. 4:46 to go in the ball game. Farmer wants to throw, and he will, and he's got a man
Guess who?
wide open. And the man who's having a day is Reed Tucker. And Tucker.
Oh, that wasn't Redding.
No, it's Reed Tucker. He's having a good ball game.
Yeah.
He's one of the 2 or 3 leading receivers on this team. And he just gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and they'll reset the ball and start the clock now. 4 wide receivers. They're going to pass their way down the field the best way they know how. And just right there is a little slant over the middle. It's Tucker again out to the 50-yard line where Marietta wraps him up and drops him, but it's going to be another Otterbein first down.
You wonder if at any time Marietta College starts to throw maybe an extra person on the rush, because right now the 4 that are going after Farmer just aren't getting to him in time before the throw is released.
Right. Yeah, they need the pressure for sure.
And there it is.
And right there, good call, Kerry Patrick. Newberger was in there. Gallagher was in there. Nice job on the call from Kerry Patrick as he wanted to bring the extra man, and they did.
Well, I'm hooked up to the coaches downstairs.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, that was very prophetic, because they were just moving it right down the field, and they needed to bring an extra rusher, and they did, and Kerry called it. And now it's 2nd and 19, and there they go again.
They showed a 3-man front, but they rushed 5.
Carson Stouffer. He was the first man in there. And Otterbein is going the wrong way. Stouffer was there. Also, he was helped by Kyler Folkert. And Otterbein says, all right, enough of that. We need to talk about it. So they're going to take a timeout with 3:18 to go in the ball game. And Marietta's defense, these last 2 plays, has really, really stepped up.
Yeah, like I said, it was a 3-man front is what the
3-man front, and they switched it to a 4 and a 5.
Well, they were on that last play. It was a 3-man front. Then they threw in 2 extra guys as the ball was snapped, and really surprised the heck out of Otterbein on that play.
Yeah.
The last 2 plays actually, but yeah, it was a 4-man front and then a 3.
The Marietta Shrine Club has 400+ members. And that Marietta Shrine Club, through their Hale Trust Fund, supports worthwhile.
Wanted to mention here at while I had a second halftime today, it was our Veterans Day celebration and ceremony, and they honored all 5 branches of the military: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the Coast Guard. Always a great turnout here at Don Drum for our Veterans Day celebration. And, next weekend we talk about great organizations. The Shrine Tournament is coming to Ban Johnson this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. Men's basketball starts up again, and that Shrine organization always puts on a great tournament. We hope to see you out at the Banjo this coming Friday and Saturday to welcome back the 5-time defending consecutive OAC champion Marietta men's basketball team. Pass over the middle was incomplete.
They just didn't give him any time because, again, they're sending the house basically and going one-on-one with their defensive backs, and they're really not having to be tested because the ball's not being thrown anywhere near the receiver.
Yeah.
Fans, let 'em hear ya.
4th down and 26. They're obviously going for it here. Marietta sideline getting into it. Farmer, straight drop. Now he'll step up. He takes a hit when he throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, and that was Redding.
Did you see his reaction as he let the ball go? He
Oh.
He ducked.
Yeah.
He ducked as soon as he threw it because he knew he was going to get hit.
Yeah. Watch it right here. He's going to throw it. And, yeah, he's going to get out of the way.
Okay, I'm going to bring up one more stat for
Okay.
you, Ryan.
All right.
I saved it just because
All right.
there's only 3:06. Otterbein is 0-6 when trailing in the fourth quarter. Going in the fourth quarter.
Guess what? They're about to be 0-7.
Exactly. Who are they? They must have been leading, eh?
Yeah. Marietta is going to take over on downs in Otterbein territory. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line.
And Mr. Agnew gets out there again.
And Agnew gets the ball right up the gut.
Bryce Agnew carries it.
Timeout.
Otterbein is going to take another timeout. Let's take a break as well with 3:02 left to go. We'll be back to call the final three for you right after this.
Have you heard what happened to those with curious minds? They packed up, broke free of conventions. These prospectors of knowledge are blazing a new trail, joining the long line of those who sought adventure and prepared for anything. This is the time. This is the place. Bring forth a pioneer.
Brian Nost and Kerry Patrick back at Don Drum Stadium on the campus of Marietta College. 3:02 to go in the ball game, and Otterbein down to one timeout. They trail it 21-10. Marietta has not won in this stadium since September 21st, the first home game of the year. Marietta has not won a football game since October 19th. And if things keep going the way they're going, they're going to get their first victory here in just a few minutes. But Otterbein takes yet another timeout. That is their last one. So Bryce Agnew is getting the bulk of the carries here, doing a great job, is that freshman. And, say, I've never heard of Bryce Agnew. Well, he hasn't played much. He is from Brook Park, Ohio. He is a running back, 5'8", 209 pounds. He's got that Rudy bill like we talked about. And he's having a great second half. Marietta Health and Wellness Center is the chiropractic specialist for the Marietta Pioneers. They provide chiropractic care as well as physical and massage therapies to the Marietta College community. With a convenient location a half a block from campus and same-day appointments available, Marietta Health and Wellness has your back. They're proud to be part of the Marietta College internship program and want to wish the Pioneers good luck this season. I have a feeling I know a couple of players that are going to go visit Marietta Health and Wellness after this game.
Yeah, should they win this, they're going to still be hurting on the personnel side.
Well, we haven't seen Tanner Clark since he took that shot. And
I think Agnew wanted to throw that.
I thought so. I mean, he looked like he wanted to throw it too. Otterbein's out of timeouts now, and Agnew tackled for a loss in the backfield, so the clock is running at 2:39 to go in the ballgame. I wanted to run, I wanted to throw it, but he just didn't see anybody open, so he did what any smart freshman would do, and that's cover up the ball and take his medicine.
I mean, when you see Tanner Clark with the possible concussion and Andrew Barker with the right knee just give out like he did,
And I haven't seen Barker in the second half. I mean, I don't know where he is.
They're probably inside somewhere getting attended to as we speak.
So 4th and 15, Pioneers are going to go for it and just milk that clock. And now they want to talk about it. No, it's delay of game.
They want to take as much time off that clock as possible, and I don't think taking 5 yards at this stage of the game right now is going to hurt them any with the punt.
Here's something interesting. They just called Marietta for a delay of game, but yet both teams have gone to the sidelines. So is it a delay of game, or did they actually call a timeout?
Well, I believe Otterbein, they don't have any timeouts.
No, they don't have any timeouts left.
No. That is interesting.
2:05 to go in the ball game, and Marietta will now punt the football. Sprague barely gets it away, but he does. And
the Otterbein returner helped him out on that one.
Yeah, well, Redding had nowhere to go but side to side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Otterbein will take over at their own 13, 97 yards to go, down 2 scores with 1:58 to go.
Yeah.
It's been done. But
stranger things.
Yeah, but they haven't shown.
I like our chances.
The ability, yeah.
First and 10, Otterbein.
I like our chances.
Especially the way the defense finally really rose to that occasion on that last drive.
Logan Farmer shoots it over the middle. He's looking for his second favorite receiver of the day, Reed Tucker, but he threw it way out in front of him. Clock will stop on the incompletion, 1:55 to go in the ball game.
I think Farmer's playing a little scared back there because he just wants to get rid of that ball when he sees a Marietta defender coming in at him.
Right. But you know what? He's a freshman. I've been impressed with him today.
Oh, definitely.
He's shown a lot of poise in the pocket. He's got a good arm on him. Perfect example right there is he throws his out pattern and hits Reed Tucker on the sidelines.
Kind of a dangerous move by Tay Pryor to go for the interception and let his receiver go.
Right. But you can understand how TP wants that pick 6. You know, I mean, he wants that interception, wants to take it to the house. Farmer, straight drop, lets her rip. Nice pass, and Pryor with some good coverage down that left side against Reed Tucker. And again, Pryor making his presence known, and Tay is having a good ball game today.
Is this the same Tay Pryor we saw a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where he really had his issues as a defensive back?
Great camera
Teams
work
were
right
picking
there.
up. Teams were picking on him. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I do not want to see the injury report after this game.
No.
I just don't. And that stinks going into, your last game of the year against Mount Union. It really does.
And for Tanner Clark being a senior on senior day, what will his condition be like?
Yeah, let's not jump to conclusions.
No.
I mean, he's off the bench now, so he's down there walking around, which is good. But
you're hoping he'll be 100%.
Yeah.
That's Kyler Folkert. I think he's holding his hand or wrist on the sideline.
Yeah. Tanner Clark is up and standing by himself down at the 27-yard line on Marietta's side of the field as Farmer completes a pass across the middle to Reed Tucker, and Tucker is slow to get up.
And that Kyler Folkert, who's down on the sidelines, he's had a lot of contribution tonight.
And Tucker, I told you he was slow to get up.
He is.
And he went right down.
We are outside 1 minute, therefore the clock will start on my signal.
You heard the man. So Tucker right there is wrapped up by Malik Greer, and Tucker was slow to get up. And when he went to line up for the next play, he just thought better of it and went down. And so they are tending to him right now as we speak, as you can see.
We were mentioning the Mount Union Marietta College matchup next week. Another big matchup, John Carroll and Baldwin Wallace.
Yeah.
Both coming in today at 6-1 in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a heck of a matchup.
Other scores from around the country today. We've already talked about the huge upset. Penn State on the road loses at Minnesota. So Penn State, number 4 in the college football playoff standings, they will drop significantly, and they're going to be out of it. West Virginia got their clock cleaned today at home by the Red Raiders, 38-17. LSU and Alabama, how about this? LSU 10, Alabama nothing in the first quarter. Kansas State beating Texas 14-0 in the first quarter. Ohio State final 73, Maryland 14. Buckeyes are for real this year.
I think they covered the spread on that one. What was it, 43 points?
Yeah, that was a cover for sure.
I couldn't believe the Minnesota coach hearing he got a 8-year contract extension, takes him to 2028.
Yeah. Well, he earned it
we
today.
Are we that late into the century already?
I don't know. It's New Year's Eve here pretty soon. It's but 31-26, Minnesota over Penn State. Penn State loses their first game of the year. Florida over Vanderbilt, big time, 56-0. Baylor beat TCU in triple overtime, 29-23. Back to live action here. Logan Farmer lets one fly down the sidelines, and it is incomplete. Dom Ross was the intended receiver.
Yeah, with all these delays with injuries, you're right about the skies getting a little darker, and they have not turned on the lights yet.
Yeah.
But we've only got 1:16 left.
And Farmer is going to go down. Brought down there by Frank Scurry.
Another freshman.
Another freshman.
And fans, that brings up.
So I don't know if Waddle is just running out of healthy players and he's playing freshmen, or if this was the plan all along to get some more guys some playing time.
Yeah.
Farmer wants to sling it.
Nobody.
He's going to get hit, and he's going to get dropped. Ball squirted loose, but the official said that he was down.
He didn't want to take that open hole and run it for about 10 yards.
No.
Instead, he wanted to go deep.
4th and 10 now, and the clock runs at 25 seconds.
Down, Otterbein.
Last gasp here for the Cardinals, and he lets her fly. Intercepted. James Knox. Knox with another huge play. James Knox took the blocked field goal, 84 yards. He's wearing 38. 84 yards for the touchdown, and he just sealed the deal for the Pioneers, stepping in front of the intended receiver. That was Jacob Leonardi, and Marietta is going to finally get back in the win column after not winning here for quite some time.
There were a lot of key contributors there in that second half, especially. I mean, guys that we normally don't mention or,
Oh, yeah.
go over and over.
So for the first time since September 21st, Marietta is going to be singing at the end of the stadium down here, and that's going to do it. Our final score from Don Drum, Marietta 21, Otterbein 10. For our producer, Scott McKittrick, Mitch Owen in the truck directing, all the camera crew and audio crew in the truck and graphics. And for my partner, Kerry Patrick, I'm Brian Nosh. We'll see you back here next Saturday when the Pioneers take on the #1 team in the country, Mount Union. Have yourself a great afternoon, everybody. We'll see you.